I'll do it. Fuck. Fuck it. Mostly people are asleep on Sunday nights, but guess what? I've been working Friday and Saturday night, so stuff will happen soon. Anyway, let's see what I got here. I gotta delete some of these videos. Because some of the videos I have are just like hot garbage to look at. Okay, this one's gonna go. There's one other one that I know about too. Hold on, working on it. Yeah, let's delete this one. I think that's it, to be honest with you. Nope. This was the one I wanted to. Yeah. It's like almost a year old too. But nah, we ain't keeping that. Okay. Wanted to get that. Chizzing for Jesus. Wanted to get that out of the way before I forgot about it. And then now I can just do this. Share this, going to play it. Go back here. There we go.
When the quest is over, get the battles won. There's a landmark to the south.
It sounds lame, but it pretty much just got rid of like whichever had like the thumbnail of me like having like hella messy hair because it was an awkward stage of growing it out. Now it's just all like decent. I don't even know how long I'm gonna grow it out, but I like where it's heading now. Oh,
take me away from the ice and the snow. Let's go to Mexico. Pirate's life is simple. We drink and steal and kill. Always we are questing in search of bigger thrills. We sailed across the oceans, the drunken mini bars. But when we sail to Mexico, that's where we party hard. Whoa! Tonight we drink together. Whoa! Tomorrow we make time. Yo-ho, Mexico! Far to the south where the cactus grow. Tequila and a donkey show. Mexico, Mexico, yo-ho, Mexico! Far to the south where the cactus grow. Take me away
There's still some fucking leg room. Hey, almost set.
Yo ho, Mexico! Far to the south where the cactus grow. Tequila and a donkey show. Mexico, Mexico! Yo ho, Mexico! Far to the south where the cactus grow. Take me away from the ice and the snow. Free margaritas and a taco! Let's go to Mexico!
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We came to fight in the army of Christ, and with a fistful of steel, sent to inferno the demons alive, prayer for prayer the deal. We are the storm and the wicked inside, blood and a massacre time. Fire them back to the dark of the night, pray for this time we are waiting. And we all die tonight. Sanctified with dynamite. Dynamite. Hallelujah. We are damned in the night. Sanctified with dynamite. In the midnight we come for your blood. We are cursed and denied. Holy Lord of dynamite. In the midnight forever we are. Honor tonight, we bring you the night. Right on, we honor tonight. Heroes in heaven and savage in life. Kill us before it's too late. Like a Messiah, we are crucified. Into the nation we ride. Torn into pieces of soldiers divine. Hear the saga, we explode. And we all die tonight. Sanctified with dynamite. Dynamite. Hallelujah. We are damned in the night. Sanctified with dynamite. In the midnight we come for your blood. We are cursed and denied. Holy Lord of dynamite. In the midnight forever we are. and at midnight forever we are. Night, 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 night. Torches of war under hatred sail, a whisper of doom on a weary breeze. Scorching the shores in a blazing trail, cinder and fume foul the air we breathe. Blood of fallen kings, blades of chaos ring, steel and silver sing for justice. Keen to the scent, the hunt is
I was trying to wait until like a little bit after I ate to do that, but it's fine.
lost and aloof by the loves of my past. Wake the wayward, remembrance at last. Wake the white wolf at the dawn of morn. The end of the ages are coming now. Sign of flame will sting. Punishment.
I need to look something up real quick too. Well, actually, I'm not gonna do it in there. I'm gonna say what I'm looking up. 'Cause I know it has a bad rep. Why do people hate RC Cola?
Keen to the scent, the hunt is my muse. A means to an end, this path that I choose. Lost and aloof by
The answer.
of my past. Wake the wayward.
While the taste is subjective, some people dislike RC Cola due to its perceived lack of complexity or distinct flavor compared to other colas like Coke or Pepsi. And its history of brand struggles and ownership changes.
Wake the wayward.
Just because the ownership changes, though, doesn't mean it changes its recipe.
The ages are coming.
So, where I'm at the door, so like after tax jerky, I can get a 2-liter of RC Cola for about, what's my receipt, 6? I ended up getting one.
In the river, scorching the shores, fires in the night, the torches of war. Ravaged in the river, scorching
Well,
the shores,
before tax jerky, $1.49 for a 2-liter, which maybe compared to like Pepsi, it's not as carbonated, but I don't really taste that much of a difference between that and Coke. Because Coke doesn't have that doesn't really have that much fizziness. As opposed to like getting a 2-liter Coke around here, it's close to like $3, so it's like half, or it's still like double the price. So I don't know. Most soda that I drink all over like heavy ice too, so like I don't really get all that much carbonation to begin with. And then I ended up getting some pasta sauce. That was $4. A little pricey. These cost me about $2.25 plus Texas CRV, and then these cost me 99 cents. So I spent sales tax or subtotal $19.44, sales tax $149, CRV 50 cents, CRV 210 cents, which I'm guessing is the 2-liter. Total sale $21.53. So yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not really that big of a soda enthusiast. Like to say like, oh well, I could justify buying RC Cola over Pepsi or Coke if it's gonna be that cheap, because I don't care that much. You know what I mean? Like as long as it's like has that sugar bullshit that everyone craves, I don't. Plus, I don't get the complexity thing. I don't get it. I don't see it, man.
No sex appeal, fire, blood, and magic leaves me with a thirst. I want to ride to battle, but I have lost my horse. The state is my name. Shameless, I'm still the same. All father of wind and rain. Thunder, I am your Our warriors, we come riding from the arm. Oh, the bravest few, we look for you. You are worthy of hearing our song. We will carry every broken heart home. Fall asleep and by Odin be reborn. And by Odin be reborn. The state is my name. Shameless, I'm still the same. All father of wind and rain. Thunder, I am your the toughest of gods, he always will be. A might only matched by venomous breath. A man so strong, none could foresee his imminent death. Born in thunder, born to protect. An unstoppable force, giant strength he neglects. Hail to thee, son of Odin! We, the brothers of metal, put our faith on thy dishonor! We stand by thy side as you prepare yourself for the final tide! Ragnar!
You know the feeling. A nice hot bath at the end of a really long day. But why wait till the end of the day when you could be eyeing all day long? Is your favorite music ad-free with unlimited skips and replays. Is listening offline for when you really need to unplug. Is the power of Pandora Plus. Tap now to try it for 1 month free.
This season, a new hot deal has arrived at Metro. $25 a line for 4 lines with all the data you need and 4 free Samsung Galaxy A15 5G phones. Getting Metro's best deals is easy. No ID required, no activation fees. Get a new number or keep your own. It's up to you. That's 4 lines for $25 a line, plus 4 free phones. Visit a store or go online today. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
When you join Metro Plus Tax, for a limited time and subject to change. Max 1 offer per account.
I ask my nerdier friends that live in the same state as I do, who drink a lot more soda than I do, and they're very picky about their soda. And I want to see what they say because I'm gonna trust their judgment. I can see why people will buy Pepsi over RC Cola because, again, like I said, there's a lot of carbonation in there. And it tastes more crisp. Coca-Cola, though, I mean, like I said, it's really hard to justify spending $3 on the 2-liter Coca-Cola as compared to like $1.50 on RC Cola. I can't. I don't see it. I could justify the Pepsi one because there's a big enough difference in taste, but maybe I'm just. I don't know. You're right.
Welcome to the island where your pilot dreams come true. Over there is Captain Yellowfish drinking from a shoe. Everywhere you dig, you'll find some treasure in a chest. The local tavern's full of crew who want to go on quests. The sun goes down, that's when the party begins. We've run out of whiskey, so let's drink the gin. Fire the cannons and load up your guns. It's time to have some fun. To the east, it's time for a quest. Get ready to drink till we die. To the north, pour that rum in your mouth. Raise a glass to the sky. Get ready for a P-A-R-T-Y. Pirate P-A-R-T-Y. P-A-R-T-Y. It's pirate party time. P-A-R-T-Y. Pirate P-A-R-T-Y. P-A-R-T-Y. It's pirate party time. It's pirate party time. P-A-R-T-Y. Pirate P-A-R-T-Y. P-A-R-T-Y. It's pirate party time. P-A-R-T-Y. Pirate P-A-R-T-Y. P-A-R-T-Y. It's pirate party. P-A-R-T-Y. Pirate P-A-R-T-Y. P-A-R-T-Y. It's pirate party time. P-A-R-T-Y. Pirate P-A-R-T-Y. P-A-R-T-Y. It's pirate party time. 'Cause pirate P-A-R-T-Y. Pirate P-A-R-T-Y. Pirate P-A-R-T-Y. It's pirate party time. P-A-R-T-Y. Pirate P-A-R-T-Y. Pirate P-A-R-T-Y. It's pirate party time.
Yep. First friend says it's because it's Canadian, but he likes it too. Second friend said had some recently, and it's good. I don't hate it. It's just the marketing sucks. The marketing thing might be true. If that's all it really is, so now you know what? If that's literally what it is, yeah, I'd drink that over Coca-Cola. Especially for half the price. Fuck, you know. It took me a little bit because Mama Ken needed some help. She forgot to water her plant for a week, so I was watering it for her. It's a big potted plant. She filled up the water and she's like, I want this much water in it, but I can't carry it. Can you do it for me? I'm like, yeah, okay. And then she turned to me and was like, do you think it needs more water? I'm like, I don't plant. That's on you. I'll just do it for you if you can't do it. I've thought about it, but it's never just something that I've looked into enough to be confident about. So it's like, oh, well, it's like, I mean, it's obviously moist enough. I didn't touch it, but I can just look at him like, yeah, it's a lot better. We just wait. There's nothing interesting going on. Such is a Sunday.
Destruction to a foreign land. Massive assault, live to serve the Nazi plan. Communications broken, answers are far away. Lost learning their name, learning their fame. They are the Panzer elite, bound to compete, never retreat. Leaving our dead, always ahead, fed by your dread. Pushing the front line forth with a tremendous force. Reaching the way for Panzer Corps. fire. Thrust into hostile land, ties leading the way, claiming the fame. They are the panzer elite, born to compete, never retreat. Living again, always ahead, and by your head. Panzer elite, born to compete, never retreat. Living again, always ahead, and by your head.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now, and the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Don't miss a beat with Pandora Plus. Enjoy ad-free music stations, unlimited skips and replays, and offline listening. Start your free 30-day Pandora Plus trial today.
Neat.
You built a kingdom of hypocrisy, and then give dirt to name it honesty. I bear the burden of the blame that you poured on me. I am crazy, mad, insane. My brain, I am all the things you hate.
Yeah.
This is the story of the one.
What the hell? Right.
You're not the night sky, love is now never enough. Maybe in another life we'll see him on the other side. The people are all singing about love. Who set the world on fire? Who set the world on fire? Who set the world on fire? It was me who set the world on fire.
Wow. All right. Let me go ahead and take care of that real quick.
Who set the world on fire? Who set the world on fire? It was me who set the world on fire. Who set the world on fire? Who set the world on fire? Who set the world on fire? It was me who set the world on fire.
Late night, driving down a long dark road, trying to find my way back. Moonlight to guide the way. You've been holding it down, been used to this life since way back. Wouldn't trade it for anything. Don't know how I do this every time, but you know I won't be gone too long, and I can't do this on my own. You know I'm not stopping this car until I get home, and I know I can't count on you to never let go. No matter how long it takes, you know that I'm on my way. You know I'm not stopping this car until I get home. Whoa, 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 whoa.
All right.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Guess I gotta do this.
I know sometimes it gets rough, just need a little love to get through. We take it day to day. I've been gone for too long, just trying to find my way back to you. Promise I won't be late. Don't know how I do this every time, but you know I won't be gone too long, and I can't do this on my own. You know I'm not stopping this car until I get home, and I know I can't count on you to never let go. No matter how long it takes, you know that I'm on my way. You know I'm not stopping this car until I get home. Whoa, 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 whoa.
And that's how we deal with that.
Don't know how I do this every time, but you know I won't be gone too long, and I can't do this on my own. not stopping this car until I get home.
So, after that,
And I know I can count on you
I don't
to
understand.
never let go. No matter how long it takes, you know
I
that
don't
I'm
understand.
on my way. You know I'm not stopping this car until I get home. Whoa, 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 whoa.
So, yeah. I mean, I can
This
be
season,
fine
a
with
new hot
banter and
deal
stuff
has
like that,
arrived at Metro. $25 a line for 4
but
lines with all the data you need and 4 free Samsung Galaxy A15
I
5G
don't.
phones. Getting Metro's best deals is easy. No ID required, no activation fees. Get a new number or keep your own. It's up to you. That's 4 lines for $25 a line, plus 4 free phones. Visit a store or go online today. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Now
When
that
you
I
join Metro
understand
Plus
what he was
tax,
doing,
for limited time and subject to change. Max 1 offer per account.
it's a little
Hey, not to be dramatic, but you should smell this.
bit petty.
Smells so good.
I thought he was making it as a
Whoa,
joke.
that's quite the reaction
But
to
I'm not
mixing
even
and
gonna name
matching
him.
Gain scents. Let's hear another from
Just someone
Ashby,
who decided to
who
use a
mixed
picture of
Gain
me as
products and went.
Avatar, and I started laughing about it.
Yes, you are.
I didn't let her
What
joke,
about you,
and then,
Isaiah?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
decided
Yeah,
to.
and Emily summed it up like so.
It is just chef's kiss.
Mwah. Couldn't have said it better myself. Mix, match, more happy with Gain.
So how do I? Like I said, I don't deal with YouTube drama. So.
Where I would have been with a different plan. Tied upon the sand. They washed away from me opportunities to where I stand. Sometimes I feel so empty-handed, cause we're not the only ones. We're not the only ones who will
I think he's
understand me.
If not,
It's such a sacrifice inside,
I'll just worry about it later. But
somebody clear these stormy skies, yeah.
I don't understand
It's such a sacrifice
people who act like that,
inside,
especially when they act like that first,
somebody clear these
and then
stormy skies.
when I throw heat. It's a lot different between me when I do it compared to like when other people do it. You know, I've been a part of this for quite some time, so I know when people are bantering and stuff like that, and I know how to banter back. I also know when people take it too seriously, and I know when people take it over the top. So when people do that, and then I lash back on it. Especially when it comes to someone who has a channel with like 20 subscribers or something like that. I don't care anymore, just because it's YouTube, man. Like, you know how many times people talk shit about me. I get it. I understand the banter. If you don't understand the banter and you're trying to give it out and then you get it back and then you cry about it, I can't change your personality. You know what I mean? I mean, hell, that's not my job. I'm not even really that disappointed either, because I've seen people do it all the time. So all I said after that, before I got rid of that shit, clean my hands off of that, was straight up what I just said. I don't deal with petty people, and I don't deal with soft people like that. I deal with soft people, but if you banter to me and then you banter back, and then somehow you get offended. I can't help you. It's point blank. So especially going in and then trying to use a picture of me, like, what the kind of shit is that? Like, at first I thought it was funny, but now, if you're doing it out of spite, that's just fucking weird. So, trust me, I deal with a lot of other people's bullshit on here to begin with anyway. I've seen it. I know how people act, especially when they're intoxicated. If you're gonna get intoxicated and talk random ass shit to me, and then I fire it back at you, and then you tell me the old good old fashioned, oh, if you ever said that to me in person, I'd knock you out.
Somebody clear these stormy skies here. It's such a sacrifice inside, yeah. Somebody clear
As a
these
former
stormy
collegiate wrestler, I can tell you right now, that's kind of petty thinking. So. It is what it is, man.
Run away. I need time to figure out. Wide awake, wide awake.
I can definitely say that that was the lamest,
oh yeah, we wake up in the morning,
lamest way to go about anything.
Starts another fight. It's a hazard to our health, but we do it to ourselves every time.
Like you're gonna be my friend for a couple months and then get pissed off after something I said, and then immediately act like that. Fucking, it is what it is. Friends come and go. But with that being said, too, of course I had to report it at that point because then he started to use my picture. So I'm like, nah, yeah, that doesn't fly anymore. If you did it as a joke, sure, but.
Cause I swear that I've done it, I wrote it, and I sang all the same shit that you've heard before.
If I hear through the grapevine, like, oh, you got my channel reported?
Yeah.
I'll just say yeah. What the fuck are you gonna do about it? I can't help it when I'm more intelligent than a lot of people. So.
I know you mean no harm, baby, bless your wicked heart. Wanna love you from afar, baby, bless your wicked heart. I know you mean no harm, baby, bless your wicked heart. I wanna love you from afar, baby, bless your wicked heart. We never meant for this to be so tragic. Let's go back to the way it was. Maybe you can do your quick black magic. Bring to life all that's there with us. Oh no, nobody can hurt me like you do. Stuck me in with your voodoo. Go make your mark, baby. Go make your mark. I'ma love you from afar. Nobody can hurt me like you do. Stuck me in the dark like voodoo. Go and make your mark, yeah. I'ma love you from afar. So we get hard, I know you mean no harm, baby. Bless your wicked heart. I wanna love you from afar, baby. Bless your wicked heart. I know you mean no harm, baby. Bless your wicked heart. I wanna love you from afar, baby. Bless your wicked heart. Your wicked heart, your wicked heart. Bless your wicked heart.
know.
Selector of the time. Don't watch my size in this hour. While my back's against the wall. Take a ride, competition, take a ride. Pull it operator, drop the other side. Thought it was over, so far from done. As they dance into the sun. Sun, bring up new style, holding trophy cups. Rory select while my speakers are up. The sound sweeter with an echo chamber. Don't you know that they are the danger? 3 bottles of crystal and it's agreed. The best would only come from the dawn where sea. Close my eyes when I take a ride. For the bag in the yard style. Don't worry about that, you see it's all natural. Police chasing this bandolero. Running down the road with my thick arrow.
Pin that.
Stop was my music shop where I heard this guitar.
Like I said, it's a great night, so we'll even see how long I stay up on this platform.
Bring up new style, holding trophy cups. Rory select while my speakers are up. The sound sweeter with an echo chamber. Don't you know that they are the danger? 3 bottles of crystal and it's agreed. The best would only come from the dawn where sea. Close my eyes and take a ride. Oh. Take a ride, everybody take a ride. 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 Take a ride.
See, I joined that, but I don't feel like winning all night. I feel like losing all night.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the GPS directions first, before driving to the mall.
Turn right at the light. In 1,000 miles, you will reach Montreal.
Not Montreal, the mall.
Recalculating. 6,000 miles to Nepal.
No,
Let me see here.
mall.
Checking first is smart.
Recalculating.
So check Allstate
Who
first
else
for
is
a
gonna
quote that
go
could
to me
save you
now?
hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
DoveMan Plus Care neutralizes odor-causing bacteria that thrive on stress sweat. Stress sweat. DoveMan provides 72-hour sweat and odor protection so you can get comfortable with uncomfortable. Pick up DoveMan Plus Care dry sprays at your local Target today.
Oh, Arkansas. Okay. Confirm.
God damn it, I'm so out of it. It's just another dream, you're a part of it. You can't take this gun away from me. I fall back to sleep, there's nothing left for me. I'll show you around the block, stay out. Lie awake, never fall asleep. Always on my mind, always in my dream. It's where I wanna be, it's where I wanna be. Take me to the place, that's where I wanna be. I'm so wasted, still the time's wasting. My heart to keep on racing, we're never on the base. It's time we're on a mission, back with ammunition. Always keeps me going, always keeps me going. Wake up, red lights flash in front of me. This was a dream, but now it is reality. I lost touch a very long time ago. All I wanted was something so beautiful. Born in the jewel gone, but now I got your back. I know the reasons you were giving me and giving back. Hold it close, don't let our lives slip away. Through the thick of everything you ever given me.
It is a boring night. Kind of wish it went on last night now. But
All this time on you, but I do. Losing all my days, trying to escape you, but it's useless. Always turning my head sideways like I'm chasing clues. I wanna walk away, but I know I'm fixed on you. You got me thinking backwards, running circles, and I don't know what to do. Well, I don't know what to do. I can't stand you've got the upper hand, but I like the way you use it, and I don't want to lose you. I just hate the way you pull my strings, but I love the way you use me. I know it's so confusing. Here I am again, lost up in your maze, and it's crazy. Told myself I'd leave, but then I caught your gaze, and it's amazing. Always turning my head sideways like I'm chasing clues. I wanna walk away, but I know I'm fixed on you. You got me thinking backwards, running circles, and I don't know what to do. Well, I don't know what to do. I can't stand you've got the upper hand, but I like the way you use it, and I don't want to lose you. I just hate the way you pull my strings, but I love the way you use me. I know it's so confusing. What you doing to me? And here I am again. What you doing to me? I can't stand you've got the upper hand, but I like the way you use it, and I don't want to lose you. I just hate the way you pull my strings, but I love the way you use me. I know it's so confusing. I can't stand you. you use it, and I don't wanna lose you.
Anyway, put it in there.
Hate the way you pull my strings.
Try to get a refill if I want
The way
it.
you use me. I know it's so confusing what you do to me.
Buried my face into my palms again. Trying to wake up on my world that is tired of spinning. Yeah. Why do I fail? My feet are stuck to cement. Sinking to the bottom of my soul. I try to stand up to catch my self-reflection. The shattered pieces collapse to the floor. Why can't I crawl to my dark comfort, hard and cold? So that my grip wants to let go. So why do I wake up late? Do I have what it's gonna take to keep on keeping on? So why do I wake up late? Can I take this weight from holding me down? Another morning stuck by night, another night passes away. Recently it all just feels the same. I try to laugh it off, but it grows where I'm soft. Ripping in the mail while I fade. Holding on, feels like the wrong direction. What am I dreaming? My fate. I'm not short of satisfaction. At least I locked in a million things.
What?
Do I have what it's gonna take to keep on keeping on? Can I take this way? From me down. Work myself over. Work myself over. Work myself over. Work myself over.
Mom's sons? I don't even think I know Mom. Anyway, welcome. Do I don't? Probably. Right? We'll see. I'll have to look at your profile first to understand if I know you or not. But either way, you're welcome to be here. You ain't got nothing to worry about. I know you're not modified. Or a modifier, so you could also, I don't know.
This is
I'll
the
be real
story
with
of
you.
the one.
I don't know how
He's
many moms have been on
responsible
this
for keeping a
platform, so.
leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he
But we'll
trusts
figure it out.
Granger's high-quality HVAC
figure it out.
cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com,
No.
or
I have
just
to
stop
visit your
by.
channel first.
Granger, for the
You might
ones
look
who get it
familiar.
done.
You don't look familiar to me.
At LinkedIn, we know hiring is a big deal for your small business. Sometimes it can feel a little overwhelming. LinkedIn uses data that you can't find anywhere else to give you the best candidates. Also, you can feel confident you're hiring the best person for the job. And even a little hiring bliss. See why 86% of small businesses who post a job on LinkedIn get a qualified candidate within a day. Post a job for free at linkedin.com/Pandora. LinkedIn, your next great hire.
I would never call a woman grandma, unless she's actually my grandma, just because that's fucking rude. So.
When times get tough and the world gone cold,
I'll have to figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll go with us. Go along the way.
roller coaster. Can feel my hands. Got no plans. And I just can't wait until it's over. When I've had enough. When I've had enough. Alright. When I've had enough. When I've had enough. Alright. When I'm about to give up. That's when I feel your sun shining down on me. And it's early days yet. As long as I am free, I feel your sun. It's where I wanna be. Soaking up your light and your energy. Right next to me.
The card? My window. I am not hiding a damn thing.
Your energy. Life can take you low. Think you wanna just run and hide. Darkness can numb the hurt and the pain that you feel inside. Lights gone out.
Because like it's a decent area, but people can be fucking weird around here. And there have been times where it's like I would look outside the window just to like see what's going on. Because I live in a downtown area. You'll get people like peeking at the windows, like outside. You can tell it's just fucking weird. So I was like, I'm just gonna put in a cheat. So I just don't like people looking at me because lately I've been working from home, and yeah, pretty much. And I don't want to see people when I'm working, or even like when I'm in my room, because my room is my office. So I don't like people like looking at me while I'm just trying to fill something out or doing like any sort of like research that my job asks me to do. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't pay all that much. I want to go back out and do like physical stuff because I'm better at that. But that's what I've been doing for money these days. So it's also by means of like distracting myself from the world. Initially, when I put it up, it was like sometime late last summer, and I just did it because I know using aluminum foil. I know that trick, but I know using aluminum foil is kind of frowned upon by the city. So, but for some reason, the sheet isn't. I haven't had one complaint about it. So I just keep it up there. And then whenever I do like dusting or anything like that, just dust it off. It is due for a washing though. Like an actual thorough like laundry detergent straight up wash, which I'm gonna do. But it's one of my things on my to-do list to actually like take it down and then put it back up. But yeah, that's the premises of that. On top of that, I had to finish my thoughts on that message that was conveyed to me because they're like, "Oh, I'm trying to cut out on soda in general." It was the same people who asked about RC Cola comparison to like Coca-Cola, and like, "Oh, I'm starting to cut out on soda in general because I really need to lose weight." I'm like, "Well, that's one way to do it. Obviously, cut out on soda. If you're trying to lose weight, one of the things you want to do." And as a reason, when I did a study, those pre-made smoothies from like Ben House Farms, etc., so on and so forth, they do wonders. And not just replacing that, but like they do wonders on like trying to relieve a craving for like other sweets because it's natural sweets. It's natural sugars. It's like cane sugar, but it also fills you up. And then it gives you, vitamins, minerals, so on and so forth, depending on what you're looking for, really. Because there's plenty of different different kind of smoothies that fried for different kind of things, depending on your body and stuff. So, generally speaking, though, like if you're like a snacker, like if you like candy and stuff like that, for me, if you're trying to quit both, one of those like pre-made smoothies that have like natural sugars, natural fruits concentrated in, no artificial sweeteners and stuff like that. Easy fix. That's just how it is to me. Because I forgot what the component that I talked about actually earlier during the research I did for. I forgot what the component was. Mainly because I have a couple drinks to make. And I've never had to use a smoothie for in particular, but there's a component that is relatively common in those things that help you burn body fat. So they're there. Whenever I get one myself, I focus more on like protein and stuff like that because my body, because I'm a carnivore, my body always craves protein. So every now and then I go for that, and I know like as soon as I like change my life up, which is again that's coming really soon. In relation to what I was talking about earlier, I have no patience for people who are soft, unless you're your family. I have no patience for people who are soft, and because there's going to be a lot of changes going on, and that's what I want to do. I really want to focus on that. Mainly because I know I'm getting out of shape. And I can't tolerate that. Like I have a gut going on. Because I've been relaxing too much and I've been working on my computer too much. I've been working at home too much. I fucking hate it now. At first I was like, this works out. Now I fucking hate it. Because I used to use work, because I was a chef, I used to use work a lot as by means of getting some sort of like physical exercise. Was it a little bit tubby then? Sure, but now it's like different. And I can feel it after like 2 or 3 months. Like I don't know like the exact weight difference, but I can say like after 3 months I probably gained like 5 to 10 pounds. And I weigh a little bit over 200 as it was. So I think I'm like 210 now. So me knowing that my kind of personality and what kind of lifestyle I want to live, I can only do a job like this. It's like a side gig. I can't do it full time because I'll get too complacent and then, I'm more of a chaotic man as opposed to, how would I want to put this? As opposed to some content person who just wants to sit down and watch TV around a lot. I can't do that. I could do that like after work. Oh yeah, I'll when I was cooking a couple of months back, finish a full 8-hour shift, when I went down, I'll grab a couple beers, so I'll grab like a shot or two, and I'll be watching something on YouTube or hanging out with people on here. Just breathe. That's what I would do. And then wake up in the morning, go back to work, go home, do the same thing, keep building my bank account. Because at that point, you know, my finances were, I don't know how to put it, they were great. Because I didn't really care to do much else at the time. Because I was like, I want to save money. I want to be active. I want to go out to eat once in a while. But other than that, man, I'm perfectly content. I'm just working on a site, whether it's a kitchen or otherwise, things that I'm good at. For those who are probably, because I saw 5 people in here earlier, for those who don't know or necessarily know, I'm proficient as far as work goes. I'm proficient at grocery. I'm proficient at retail. Like, I know how to read barcodes. I know how to do inventory and stuff like that. And cooking is my secondary, or my primary is cooking. And then I can read a menu and kind of understand where the cook is, or the chef is going for, because I used to be a chef myself. And that's where it gets like interesting for me. Like, if I want to go out to get a new job, or want to go back to retail, or do you want to go back to cooking? I've always balanced myself in like, which one do I want to do? Retail is a lot easier. I'll tell you that right now. Anyone who's working retail and complain about their job, shut up. That's the mean way to put it. The nice way to put it is that some people don't have the mental fortitude to deal with other people's bullshit, and people bring a lot of their bullshit into a grocery store because they don't want to be there. But when you get into the grocery business, you have to understand that. You want to be there because you're making money being there. At times, it can even seem a little bit fun because you're given a project. You're like, hey, let's build this. Let's build this display and let's create something that's going to be pretty cool for people to look at. That's fun. Even before I got into the grocery business, like 5 years ago, I was told specifically by someone who worked there for a very long time, like their whole career, who knew me very well. He looked at me, he said, you know what you're going to have really fun doing? Because I know your personality. You're going to have fun building a display. And if you do that and never go to a check stand, and he's right, because I hated checking.
This season, a new hot deal
If you just
has
do
arrived
that
at Metro.
and just keep on building these displays and
for
stuff like
4 lines
that,
with all the data
you're going to
need
make the
and 4
easiest
free
money
Samsung
because of your
Galaxy
personality.
A15
A lot of other
5G
people cannot
phones.
build displays,
Getting
but
Metro's
you
best deals is easy.
have the
No
knowledge
ID
to do it, and
required,
I already know you do.
activation fees. Get a new number
Well,
or
why do
keep
you
your
say
own.
that?
It's up to you. That's
Well,
4 lines for $25
just
a
have a
line.
creative mind.
Plus 4 free
So,
phones. Visit a store or go online today. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
When you
in
join
other
Metro
words,
Plus
if I had to
Tax,
go into
for
detail
limited
about
time
that,
is subject to change. Max 1
which I
offer
will,
per account.
I know
It's
about
game day, and everyone's
enough about
working up a
geometry,
sweat from last
and I
minute
know
prep for your
enough
big
about
viewing party to tied scores
placement,
at halftime. There might be some close calls
and I know
with
color
your
scheme.
BO. This
Color
football
scheme,
season, Doveman Plus
to me,
Care
is my
Whole
own
Body
way of
Dio
putting it
is everyone's
as
MVP. It defends against
I know how
all
to
your
make
odor zones,
everything
from pits
stand
to
out
privates
to
to
where
feet.
people are going to look
With
at it like,
long-lasting
oh,
72-hour odor protection
this looks
and
interesting,
care-free skin,
instead of
you'll
just
be
like
covered from morning kickoff through triple
putting a
overtime.
bunch of
Tackle
things
body odor
together
everywhere
that
with
kind of look the
Doveman Plus
same, and
Care
then they're
Whole
just like,
Body
oh,
Dio.
well,
Find it at your local
I don't
Walmart.
really like that. You got to make things look interesting in order for them to think and look at it. So when people walk down like a grocery store aisle, they could just like, they're looking for what they want. When you get a new item in, that's the exciting part. I'm like, oh, I haven't had this before. And that's what I used to do. Whenever I did a lot of like night shift work, but whenever I did, it was 4 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. What I was assigned to do was check a lot, but then I would say I want to learn how to build displays because I'm interested in trying these new foods and stuff like that. But, okay, we can teach you that. just like that, man. And then when I saw a new display of like something, and I was like, "Oh, this looks interesting," I would always, when they told me to go on break, I would always take one of whatever I was making a display of, go to self checkout, buy it, go to the break room, throw it into my locker room, or throw it in my locker, and then just watch something, and then go back out, take it home, store it. And this is what I was really excited about. Then I'll probably have it like as soon as I got back. But I remember I did a hot sauce. I did a display of hot sauce. I did a display of beer. That was fun. Built a display of coconut water. That was a pain in the ass because there was a huge fucking 400 unit display. And to put it in perspective, when I say unit, the coconut water was in packs of 6, so I had to build it from scratch. That was rough. So I built the display because it was just a pallet, and they were like, okay, so everything has to fit. Let's figure out the bottom. Okay, this goes this way, this goes this way. Okay, I figured out the bottom, so now I had to do the exact opposite and then build it up. It was a lot of fucking work for that display. I remember that very vividly because they would play me because I was like, we need to get this done because this is a lot of work. And I was always like gung ho about everything. So when I had to check, I stopped a little bit of VO and sweat, so I didn't really look like a checker. I was just like, man, I deeply apologize. I have a project that I'm working on over here. This is why I'm looking like this. But I'm willing to help you out. Don't worry about it. That still sucked because a lot of people don't understand that. Retail work isn't the same as it used to be 20 to 30 years ago, and I've done myself some history on that. There are people who were able to like buy their own house when they worked at a fucking Sears 30 years ago, 40 years ago. And now people are doing the same work, and it is fucking killing people. Because since when did building stuff like that, learning how to check, learning all these PLU codes for all vegetables and stuff like that, since when did that become like a minimum job? Since when is that being paid as like a no-skill job? You know? It blows my fucking mind. So, in other words, I think starting pay right now for work in retail, unless if you're like doing like cashier, which cashier is not much more, starting pay is fucking minimum. And they will dog your ass. They'll make sure like, oh, you got to get it done. Don't care. And yeah, it's not as great as it used to be, not nearly. And that's what I'm feeling about grocery store work nowadays. I understand like 30 to 40 years ago, they didn't necessarily have the computer technology to look up PLU codes in case if they forgot as a cashier, so on and so forth. But that's the only difference, you know. So I don't know. I don't grasp the concept. If I went back into retail right now and I worked there for about a little over 3 years, I'd be getting paid maybe $18.50 an hour, and the minimum wage is like $16.50. So it's not as fun as what people think. So I'll be right back. I have to use the restroom. Yeah, I have to pee. I'm gonna put it at that. So. Tonight is on again. I talk to all my friends into the village. We get down, down, down. We pedal down the street. Reflectors on the stage. And to the village we go down, down, down. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. Yeah. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. Night time in this neighborhood of mine. You hear the backyards murmur. Oh, and the glow light of the bonfire side warm souls and outstretched fingers.
reflectors on the stage, and to the village we go down, down, down. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. Yeah. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. I think I'll stay here for a while, for a while, for a while. Oh yeah, yeah. Tonight is on again. I talk to all my friends, and to the village we get down, down, down. We pedal down the stage, reflectors on the stage, and to the village we go down, down, down. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. Yeah. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. Yeah. Down, down, down. Down, down, down.
Oh, that felt good. I wanted to finish all that talk, and then like comparison to cooking. Highly well, it's hard to tell because right now, like when I think about it, I'm trying to like think of like a general way to put it, but I can't. I can just tell you from my experience. So when I worked grocery, it did teach me a bit of discipline, especially because when I was doing graveyard, big difference. If you're doing graveyard and stocking shelves, especially if your grocery store is really fucking busy, really fucking tough. Other than that, not really. You get people complaining a lot. You get coworkers complaining a lot about other shit. I was like, okay, well, if it's not done yet, why don't we just get it done? Oh, because he's being lazy. He's being lazy. Let's just get it done. No one's being lazy. You don't know what happened. You weren't here. Figure it out. Or let's figure it out together. Night shift? Completely different beast. Night shift is easily one of the hardest jobs I've had, and not because of the work, but because you have to adapt your life entirely around your work, and it's gonna drive you fucking nuts. First, if you're working night shift, you better be in it for like the long haul, and you better have a plan to get the fuck out. That's the way it is. Unless if you really, really love it. But me, I did it for a year, and no, I couldn't do it anymore. And I got good enough to be the lead night shift stalker, which would have gotten me a pretty decent amount of money. But I felt like I didn't need it at the time, and that was true. I didn't. I needed out. I hated the shift because the lack of sleep was giving me anxiety issues. So, and that was not fun. Like, I started to miss everybody. I felt fucking lonely as shit. Not gonna lie. I don't care how lame it sounds. I missed people. So, and trust me, doing it for a year straight, you miss people, and then you come back like it's a different human being. And you don't know how to be a human being anymore, but you missed it. So, what I wish I should have done, if I had to change it, the way that I lived night shift, if I got out at 9, there was actually like a breakfast place down the street from my grocery store. I was really popular for breakfast. I wish I did that. And then got a cocktail at a bar. And then just went home and went back to bed. At least every now and then. Not maybe every day. So then I wouldn't be able to save the money that I did. But something like of that nature. Because at least I would be able to go out and try to chat with people. And let people know I'm like, yeah, I'm a graveyard worker. I just got off work.
This is the story of
Eggs
the
Benedict
one.
sounds pretty great.
As a quality
or
technician
something like
in a
that, you know
food
what I mean?
processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall.
Instead of constantly like
That's why
fucking
she trusts
having
Granger's
beer and
world-class
stuff like
supply
that.
chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help
Like
keep
I should
her
have
production
stayed
line,
outside.
her equipment,
I
and her
think
customers happy and
until
healthy.
around like noon.
Call
Got
1-800-GRANGER,
home and then
click
fell asleep at 3
Granger.com,
because
or just stop by.
I
Granger,
knew damn well.
for the ones
And
who get it
at
done.
times I would do something of the nature. It would take me about 25 minutes to walk
This
from
week
work
on
to home,
Video
and
Conference
sometimes I
Chronicles,
enjoyed
we
that.
explore a common yet disruptive
Because as soon as I
species
got
in
home, I'd
conference
be
call
really
kink,
tired because
the I
if you
know
wake
but
up in the middle of the dead of
coworker,
night,
or the
when you see the
IKB.
sunrise, your
There's
mind
an
goes,
IKB approaching. She
"Oh,
signed in
the sun
5
is
minutes
rising.
late, hasn't read the agenda,
It's
yet she's
bedtime soon."
completely at ease, interrupting to
You
ask
kind
a
of like trick
question
your mind to
already
think of that.
answered.
I know
Then
I'm a
you
bit
darken
late,
your
but
room,
I
and
just wanted to ask about.
You have enough
like, oh,
interruptions in
thank
your
God,
day,
time
so
to
give
rest.
Pandora Plus a try and get ad-free
So
music. Tap to start your Pandora Plus trial now.
there's a lot of trick of the trades. So going back to what I was talking about working in the food industry, it's different. It's a lot more chaotic, and there's little to no structure. Basically. For me, especially when you're a line cook, you're going in not expecting what's going to happen, especially during the weekends. So there's also like an ebb and flow between like the seasons. Like for example, when you're cooking, when it gets colder, people don't tend to go out to eat as much because they're like, oh, well, I can just warm up my house by cooking with my stove and stuff like that. That was the mentality, and it's still 100% to this day. And I've always believed in that ever since like 2013. So I'm a living proof that yes, during the winter people don't tend to go out to eat as much. It's the summertime that is a nightmare because it gets hot, and then you go into a kitchen where it's hot, and then it gets hotter because a lot of people are working food, so he's doing all the steam building up, which makes everything hot. Disregard whatever ventilation that you may or may not have. Brother, sister, who the fuck you want to identify yourself as, it gets hot. It doesn't matter how well they're blowing the ADC either. They're around all that heat. No fucking shot. That's when you make sure you constantly, like, if you do work at one of these restaurants to actually have like a personalized locker, no matter how small it may be, you just keep that fucker. You make sure there's at least one stick of deodorant in there for the sake of other people. No one wants to smell your BO. But you have to keep a stick of fucking deodorant. Put a lock on that shit too for the other line cooks who because people will steal your fucking deodorant. So yeah, you gotta keep a lock on that shit. Because some people will forget. A lot of the coworkers who are working as a line cook or whatever cook, they're into a lot of recreational shit, which is a nice way they say that they're addicts. Not just of this, but also, you know, cocaine, cocaine's the main one, I would say, because it gives everybody that jolt of energy, and they they tend to learn how to use it to their advantage. And they're like, oh yeah, I got all this energy now. I know how to cook. And sometimes it helps people focus. Until it starts wearing down, then of course weird shit happens. So you get a lot of people dealing with that, and I don't recommend it. Be a normal human being as a line cook, whatever that may be, and grab yourself a cup of energy drinks and go off of that. But I've seen both. I was an energy drink guy myself, mainly because I like to have my few beers after work, and then wake up moderately tired because after that I'd stay up. Give me like 6 hours of sleep. And I'm like, oh shit, my diet's off. Grab a couple of energy drinks because of course that helps with your diet, you know. And then not necessarily hope for the best because like after a while, like after 15 minutes, you're gonna feel fine after your shift starts. Especially when I worked at BJ's Brewhouse. Grab me like I used to grab like the Monster Zeros, and then I would like down like maybe like a third of it, and then breathe, and be like, okay, what's going on here? I would never drink enough to the point where it smelled like alcohol, but yeah, some people did. If I had a record of how many times I did that throughout my career, I would say 3. And I got called out once about it. So no, twice. But that's why I was like a 10-year career, and I never had that for the past 6 years. So. Cheers to granny tits in America. Nowhere that time. So that's just the ends about the restaurant industry. I was how do I set this? I worked technically it wasn't even front of house the way you think about it. I worked in the front one time, and that's because I was used to working like customer service and stuff like that. Because I've always been in like a cashier at a grocery. When I first started learning how to cook, I had to learn how to cashier first. Because when you work at a restaurant, the cashier is the beginning area, or dishwasher, one or the other. It depends on like the personality and how they perceive you to be. So there's also the outs. The one time I worked technical front of house was actually down the street when I worked as a chef, but we decided to close down the kitchen that day because we had like a outdoor kitchen thing going on, which was fun as hell. I remember that day because all I had to do was learn which table was where and kind of like learn how to map it out. I didn't have to bring anything in. I was just bringing drinks back and forth, talking to people, and I was told straight up, let me see how you socialize with people. And I'm like, okay. Blew that shit out of the park. I was literally chilling. It's like, hey, how's everything? Everything going cool? I never like interrupted anybody, but I could tell like you kind of tell when they're interested in like how the bartenders or the workers are working, and they're just kind of like vibing to that and then the music. So I'll just casually walk up. I'm like, hey, find anything? Are you okay so far? You having a good time? They're like, oh yeah, we're having a great time. Thank you. No problem, man. Just if you see me around, if you need anything else, like any recommendation that you need, I can help you out. I had that night only one complaint about one drink, and don't know how it happened, but it was like something like gosh, this was like 3 years ago. So I had something to do with like a bug flying into his martini glass, and he was like, I know it has nothing to do with the bartenders right now, but I was wondering because a bug got into here if I could just get it replaced. And to me, I'm just like, okay, well, it's full, so I don't see a problem with you getting your cocktail replaced. Bug flew into it. If it was almost gone, and you saw a bug in it, I'd be like, I would personally, I don't know. I don't even know what I would do at that situation. I think I'd be a little bit more trained to work with the customers as far as the restaurant goes. But if it's full and he was like, oh man, I don't know, like
hey there. You want to
some sort of
like it's a
I don't know,
cardio
it's
workout?
Like a fly,
Sounds
or,
like you need
because
Pandora
the town
Plus.
I live in,
Think about it. No ads,
it's
no
considered a suburban area
offline listening.
next to
and
San
with this
Francisco.
trial offer, you get it free
So,
for 30 days.
but we're surrounded
It's
by
like
a lot of
giving
like
your ears
plants
a
and trees and
vacation
stuff
they
like
didn't
that.
know
So
they needed.
I don't know how it got in there
Seriously,
specifically,
let's give the
but it
skip
was
button a
full.
break. It's
And
tired. Start your free
so
trial now.
I remember
and
like
enjoy
all
your
it was
music
like,
without the ads.
do you just want the same drink? He was like, yeah, that's all. So
Hey,
I could
not too
tell he
dramatic, but
wasn't
you should
lying.
smell this.
I don't remember the exact bug.
Smells
I could tell he
so
definitely
good.
wasn't lying, right?
Oh, that's
So
quite the reaction to mixing and matching Gain scents. Let's
I
hear
remember
more
I
from
walked
Ashley, who
to my
mixed Gain
bartenders who
products
were
and when.
my friends at the time. If you go and do a deep dive
Yes,
in my
you
Instagram,
are. What about you,
Hot
Isaiah?
Ones
That's
Records,
what I'm talking about.
there's a picture
Yeah, and Emily summed it up
of
like
the two
so.
bartenders that I worked with at the time.
Couldn't have said it better
Sweethearted
myself.
people.
Mix, match,
I'll tell you
more
that much
happy
right now.
with Gain.
A little bit confused about how to live their life at the time, and always talk to me about stuff because they need someone to vent to, and I'm really good at soaking information like that in. So long as they're honest with me and upset. I don't soak in anger very well because unless if it's, of course, customer service based. But when it comes to like a personal thing, like if someone's mad at me, I try to sometimes like piece together as to why, and most of the time to me it does not make sense. It doesn't, and because I've had a very similar personality. The only thing is between me is that like my humor's changed a little bit, but it's not necessarily for like the dark or anything like that. I've just got a little bit more witty. So anyway, we've always joked with each other, man. Like I miss that. I miss that atmosphere because, you know, first of all, I was making a ton of money. Not a huge ton, but enough. You know, like it was enough to be like, okay, well, I can make this work. This work. You know, and I think that's what brought me up because when I went to the convenience store across downtown, they sell cheaper groceries, and you know, I shared that receipt earlier. I actually walked near, well, probably like a block away, but I was across the street and I was heading a different direction, and I noticed that my old boss was talking to people, so I took a quick glance, and like, oh, I think that's probably him, and I started looking at like the window and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. And then I turned my head to look straight while walking, and at the corner of my eye, I felt it. So I looked. He looked glaring at me. I'm like, thinking to myself, not necessarily looking like this, like condescending or anything like that, but this is like in my head, if that makes sense. Because I prefer to remain civil. That's it. First of all, he's never seen me with long hair. Let me go ahead and pull up a picture of what I looked like. My chef's coat. Because there's a couple people watching. This is me in my chef's coat.
One night's where it feels so nice. Something in a photo. Right now, right now, right now. Let's do this right. Go slow out of moonlight. It's still shining. One day I'ma let go. One day I'ma let go. Everyone's using me, but maybe that's something I like. Yeah, I've been on something since last month, but I'm feeling alright. Maybe I'm blind to see. Maybe I'm losing my mind. So I've been on something since last month, but I don't feel alright. It's me against myself. It's me against myself. I'm starting to black out. Yeah. I'm staring at the stars. Running from myself. I'm running from myself. I'm starting to black out. Yeah. I'm staring at the stars. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I wanna keep running.
Okay. Let me see. I'll do a deep dive of my own Instagram. Let's see how far it takes me to go. That's that year. That's that year. I stopped taking recent pictures, and like that's one thing I want to do. I want to do more pictures. I don't just want to re-upload like memory stuff.
Only God knows. Someday I need to quit cold. Sometimes when I'm in my head, I'm fighting. Never gonna let go. Never gonna let go. I don't take Xanax, but I drink just like I hate myself. I don't need no one to preach. Maybe I'm all that I need. It's me against myself. It's me against myself. I'm starting to black out. I'm staring at the stars.
So this is the picture of me when I first got my chef's coat. My first chef's coat. About 3-4 years ago. I do not like this haircut, but I didn't even like the beard either. I thought that made me look like a weirdo. I hated it. Right now I look a lot more relaxed, you know what I mean? But did I take a job seriously? Yeah, but do I agree with my face with that goatee? No, not that big. That goatee needed to be trimmed if I was going to do what I was doing. And the haircut, having that haircut, this haircut, sucks. That's why I prefer long hair now. It's just like it makes me feel more relaxed. That made me feel like I was like, no. But at the time, it made me feel successful. And then here's a picture. They're public figures anyway. Who gives a shit? But here's a picture of me and the two bartenders. And I don't know what my hair is doing. But this is one of my favorite party pictures of all time. Here we go. See that? So these are the two. If I can make it focus. Yeah, all right. So my hair was doing something fucking weird that night. I was wearing a hat at the time, and like I took it off, and as you can see, this parting here and this here, it went some weird different way. So that I already know, like my hair at that length does not fucking work. Like it's better off if I just keep it long or have nothing at all. This man, when we first met, we had a very mild beef. And it was uncalled for. I think it was on me because I got a little bit irritated about something he was doing, but he's a great guy. We became like very close friends afterwards, and then he ended up moving out of state, but this is his apartment complex. And this girl was a goddamn troublemaker. She's actually a little bit older than I am, by about like 2 to 3 years or so, but she doesn't look like it, especially now. In fact, they're probably gonna get pissed off. Well, not him, maybe her, because she's trying to change it up. But she was flirtatious. You can see where my elbow is. She's actually the one that's grabbing my phone, and this is why I had the picture. She had my phone and took the picture at the time. She grabbed it from me and got really close because she was about that. And you know, that's and at that time, you know, if you could tell by like my arms too, I was kind of buff. I was fat. I was buff as shit. You can see how ripped I was. That's me around like 200 pounds. Just the goddamn hair. Like this is the beard I preferred to just have. And just not the goddamn hair. so that's me. So yeah, I remember that because she took the picture. She's like, "I'll grab the phone. Let me take the picture. I need to see how I need to look, and then you guys can look about whatever." I'm like, "All right." She's like, "Hey, lean in." Leaned in, and then she leaned in towards me. Said specifically, even though we never were sexually active, because of like how small the bar was, she's like, "It's never like you never touched my boob before. Just come in and whatever." I'm like, okay. Now, like, I wouldn't even think fucking twice about it, but back then it was like, all right, guess I'll do it. But now that I, you know, she's going on, her in particular, I don't have to name any names. I don't have to name any names, but I read up on them, and they inspire me to get better, and find my own way to get better as a person. And she went into fitness and had her kid and everything like that. It just became a really weird time. You know, she told me her backstory and stuff like that, and without getting into too much, it's just like, oh man, you know, it kind of makes sense why she's acting like this, but I don't know everything. She's not gonna tell me everything. I understand that, but I can sort of relate. With the dude, he and I went to working with each other, not talking to each other for like 2 weeks, unless if it was like business wise, to like best friends, because after like 2 weeks, we understood each other, and it wasn't one of those things where we had to be sat down and talked about. We just started joking with each other one time again, and then we both found out we fucking loved each other because he and I were not gonna stunt it. We had a whole lot in common, and we started like laughing at each other's jokes. And he was like, "Hey man, like, if I make you a cocktail, can you make me a burger? Because I want something to eat when I get home because you're great." I'm like, yeah. After I clock out, you can make me an old fashioned. You can pay for it, and you can have the food that I was supposed, because I was promised like one free meal, but it's an independently owned bar, so I was like, well, I could trade my burger for an old fashioned, sure. And if it's relatively the same price, yeah, pretty close, pretty fucking close. And never got a complaint about that from my boss, because I even talked to him about that. I'm like, hey, do you mind if I just like have an old fashioned if I give him my food? And he was like, no, I don't. It's up to you. In fact, they're able to eat too. He was actually a really nice guy, and as it turned out, he was allowing everything within reason. And this is like the only time I probably ever talk nice about my former boss. Don't get drunk on my bar, and don't steal from me. Just talk to me. That's it. Now that I'm looking back on it, like, the deal that he gave to me, what didn't seem as too shabby of a deal, it just seemed like a lot taken for what I was getting into. And it has nothing to do with him. It's just the way the economy was going, and I don't think he necessarily was able to control that. So when I was walking down the street and I saw him glare at me, because he's never seen me with long hair before, it was like, I could tell from like across the street. He kind of widened his eyes. It was like, yeah, I'm wearing a shirt that says "Beer Me," and but I'm obviously not drunk. I'm just looking around, and my toupee blowing
Flying through
out.
Wingstop tenders.
But
spinning through heat.
Yeah.
Every bite serves up another masterpiece. 12 flavors so
I don't
bold,
know.
Your whole life is
actually, I kind of do know.
New crispy tenders. Wingstop.
Unless we had like the same group back together, that place would never work. Any of us like singularly there. That's how tight we became.
Find a home 10 minutes from work, 15 minutes from school, and 20 minutes
as soon as
from
he
grandma's.
moved, I soon have to
With over
quit
500,000 new listings
for a
every
new
month,
life, because
you're
I
just
didn't want to be
minutes from
around
finding
that
your
kind of
perfect
business
home on
anymore,
Realtor.com.
which was foolish
Trust
of
the
me.
#1 site
I should have
real
asked
estate
for a break
professionals trust.
personally.
Search now.
Financially, it
Realtor.com.
was great.
Based on average
Personally,
new for
like
sale and rental listings,
mentally,
February
it
2024
was
to
taking its
January
toll.
2025.
In fact, there were often like shifts, at least Friday, Saturday nights, to where there's an understanding to where I can go in during the weekday. I don't have to do a damn thing except for like prep, get a decent amount of pay, get a decent amount of tips, and then some Friday, Saturday nights there would be like a plethora of things coming in, like bombarding us. And part of me knew that being the only cook there,
Hot like a lion, burning like fire, waiting just to be set free.
I knew that I couldn't keep up with the clientele coming in,
Like a lion,
and
burning like fire,
there was nothing necessarily being done about it. I threw some pitches. I wasn't listened to, which is weird because back then I was thinking, well, if it's my kitchen, if you guys are going to start acting like it's my kitchen, I should be the one that sits down with my boss, nobody else, because fortunately the female bartender had some pull away because she was been with them for the longest. Not there anymore. But my thing was like, if I am the one in the kitchen, and if I need a dishwasher, because I can't cook and dishwash at the same time, which was what I was doing, and the business was picking up fucking quick. I need someone to wash and prep. And he was open for it, and then I had one person in mind. And it was another girl, but it wasn't like that. It wasn't like, oh, I want that chick to work there because I'm trying to hit on her. No. It's because she worked at a bowl place space. That did like protein bowls. It was called like something like Vita Bowls or something like that. It's where, you know, you pick your meat, you pick your starches and stuff like that, and keep going with that. And she always came by to say hi to me, like, hey, how's it going? Can you help us with this? Because their manager was fucking total ass. And as far as like ordering and stuff like that, sometimes things didn't come in, and he sometimes would kind of leave them out in the dust with some menu, which is bullshit. So remember when I tell you, sometimes people out there in the cooking industry, they are fucking trash. My old boss technically wasn't. He just had a really massive ego, and he wasn't able to help anybody because he fed his ego way too much. As soon as he got a big crowd, he wanted to be out there while I'm killing myself. You know, I'm like, dude, if I have 10 tables up at once with the span of like fucking 10 minutes, I'm fucked. You know, if I'm doing this by myself, I can't serve 10 tables at a time. And when each thing takes 7 minutes at least to cook, we're fucked. Unless we come back here and figure it out or slow them down. Slow the orders down. As soon as we hit like a fucking threshold, tell them you gotta wait for food, and then let's create a system like that. And then I was told early, oh, we can't do that. Like, the fuck do you mean? Everyone sees how big this kitchen is. You know, that's the main thing that pissed me off. You know, like, it was like a cubicle. Man. I had a 2 converter stove, had my 3 set sink, had my sandwich salad bar, and then I had a conventional oven for where I cooked a lot of like the pizzas and stuff like that. So I had to do a lot of like timing. And as soon as I left, he asked for me back. And like, oh, he was great at his job. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. After that, he resorted to pizzas. After like a month of trying to do it himself, he was like, I can't fucking do this. And that was my argument against him. He was like, if you can't do it, and you're the owner, what makes you think that everyone else is going to do it for you? You own the shit, you run the shit. You know what I mean? If you're going to come to me with a new menu item that you want on the menu, and you're going to get pissed off because I'm contesting against it because of timing, don't you think you should probably investigate and see what's going on and say like, oh, hey, maybe he has a point, or maybe, hey, well, introduce him to like how we should do this now, or try to figure out a way, you know, instead of make it make sense, because, you know, that'd be smart, you know. Communication, you fucking idiot, you know. But I have no ill will with them these days, just because things happen. You know. Watch all this stuff. Just like both of us. Nowadays, it's just like me trying to configure everything up. Personally, I'm going through a chaotic time in life. I don't really want to be too open about it right now, but the time is coming pretty close. I don't want to play music when I mention this, so I'm going to go ahead and pause it. There's going to be a settlement that's coming towards me. I don't know how big or small it is, but it does have to do with my dad passing away. I wasn't. He didn't have a lot to give away. On his hand, but he worked a lot, so he built a lot of that, and I think that it's kind of up to. I'm switching gears. I have to think. It's up to me to make sure that I'm okay. I don't know the numbers at all. But I've tried to calculate in my head how much it could be, how much it could be. There was a time where I actually helped him with his finances and stuff like that. Through work, yes. I don't know the exact number, but he was trying to do the right thing towards the end of his life, and not necessarily towards, but the last 10, 15 years, he was trying to do something right. He would still come off as a little bit childish. That's just his personality, even when he's sober. But he busted his ass, even when he was in jail. He was called up to be a firefighter. He was like, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna do that." Because why would you be stuck in a jail cell as opposed to, I don't know, fighting a forest fire in California? So they were like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna have money here, and then it's gonna be put into your savings. You'd be able to do this, do that once you get out with it." And he was like, "Hell yeah, I want to fight fires." As soon as he got out of jail, he was like, "Okay, I want to get sober." Got sober for 3 years, started to relapse, and that's where I came in. He started relapse like 3 to 4 years afterwards, and he held a job for that long after that. It's really bizarre, like hole in this picture. Because it's been about 9 months, a little bit more than 9 months since he passed. So I knew eventually it was going to come, and my worry is that I'm not. I'm not sure how my brain is going to react once I receive it, because first things first. Sorry about that. First things first is like I need 4 walls, first and foremost. whether it be the boat or anything like that. Thing is, I don't know how much money is going to go in. I've tried to calculate in my head um, of the possibilities. I know it's not much when it comes to whatever, but I know how to utilize um, how he wanted me to utilize it. If that makes sense. So immediately I'm thinking my first thought was like, oh, okay, well, depending on how much it is, I could probably get a pretty decent houseboat. Now it's like, well, I could also move back to another town that I do have a heart for, or I could just stay put. So it's a lot of different things. Um, it has a lot to do with more of my personality than it has to do with financial wise. But financial stability is also there because he doesn't want us to go through that anymore. Because grew up pretty poor, and he doesn't want us to have that. So ultimately, it depends. Um, I could live up my dream and get that houseboat. I could go back to the other town that I had a lot of fun working in with. I can find a place to stay around here and not have as much fun because the buildings here are way too old and they cost more expensive because California sucks. I don't know yet. So that's a lot of thought. And that's why I have said in prior videos or prior to, it's been 2 hours since I've been live. There's a lot of things that are going to happen relatively soon. I'm just going to make sure we have make the right, the right move for me and possibly for my family. I don't know yet. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. Oh.
I'm a foreign man who doesn't speak the language. Words and sketches, notes on napkins underlined. In the lab still underneath LA, and I'm asking why. Why does every simple thing seem to complicate me? Running back and forth so I can be back home. Back home. Back home. Back home.
So yeah, I mean, like that's the premises of it.
Grab my notebook, spill it onto 2-inch tape and hit the 101. 'Cause we've just begun.
I do know for a fact
From shake and perfect paragraphs.
that whatever I get from it, it's probably, if I don't take advantage of it, it's probably going to be the most money I ever have in my life, and I'm not cool with that. Not because it's its fault, because I think, like, I know how to invest into it, or have a way. I know a way to invest into it. So it's a trip, huh? I mean, I love my dad, so no matter like the amount of times we butted heads and got pissed off at each other, if there's like a great way to put it, man was a troublemaker a lot more than I was. I was not necessarily a troublemaker.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production
In
line,
other words,
her equipment, and
if you
her
wanted to go on
customers
this kind of like
happy and
platform just to
healthy.
talk to people,
Call 1-800
he knew a
Grainger,
lot of
click
people. He would just go to
Grainger.com,
their
or
houses
just
and
stop
start
by.
talking with them and like make a phone
Grainger,
call. I'm like,
for the
hey,
ones who get
I'm
it
not
done.
busy. You guys busy? You guys want to hang out for like 10, 15 minutes? So just because he wanted to
Junior's
vent.
new snack stash was made for Munchie Madness.
But
Totally loaded, mix and match any 3-side deal.
when it came to working on his cars and stuff,
waffle fries, and
he
jalapeno bites, natural cut fries, fried zucchini, and why not
he was
another
interested
fried
in it.
zucchini? Get any 3 sides.
Knows a lot more than I do, but he also he introduced me to his friends who knew a lot more than he did. But that was his passion. He was like, oh, there's this one time, if I had to reflect, I'll go ahead and pause this. And this is a really good song too. Closer to the Sun by Slightly Stupid is great. There was this one time, I was, I was going on like a little bit of joyride with him, and he was like, "Oh damn, one of my front blinkers just blew out." And I saw that, I'm like, "Oh, yep, yeah, I could tell that one." And it's like, "Shit, we can't drive with this unless if I learn how to fix it," because he didn't want to get a ticket, obviously, for that. And he didn't want to get in trouble anymore. Like he was just done with it. So like, okay, what do you have in your toolbox? Do you have a light to replace it? Well, he was like, well, son, I really don't know right now. But he would say that like a little bit frustratingly, but he understood the question, if that made sense. He was like, well, just stay here. Like he'll get frustrated because he's not with somebody who's car savvy. I am not car savvy when it comes to like old cars and stuff like that. I'm not. I'm a computer tech. And it's a really different fucking world. There's some like similarities, but not the way that you would think, because you have to check for like voltages and stuff like that for light bulbs, the size of the volt, size of the bulb, so on and so forth. I never necessarily had to deal with that because every time I lived somewhere like that, I had to call my own, like an apartment or something like that. I found out immediately what bulb I had to replace. So and I just like kept a notebook. I'm like, okay, it's just one bulb. And then for a year plus, it was like, okay, if this blows out, okay, well, I'm just gonna have to go to the store and buy another bulb. Who the fuck cares? Light bulbs are cheap, as long as you know what you're buying. And if you have one of those old school light bulbs like I did back in 2012, you're not you learn how to twist it, but you keep the light on, and then as soon as it turns on, you're like, okay, it's on, it's plugged in enough. Just do a very light bit of more turn to make sure that nothing weird happens, but don't pressure turn it, kind of thing. And every time, man, it works. I've had light bulbs last for about like 3 years plus. I understand when it comes to cars, especially older cars, they just blow out like relatively quickly as comparison to like a house bulb, because there's so much more energy going to those bulbs because they're trying to from what I understand, like if it had to make sense to my head, from what I understand, it makes sense to have that bulb be high powered so it can see in the night and try to avoid an accident than replacing the bulb. So he was like, damn it, it went out. On top of which, if it goes out, you want to keep backups so you just don't get a fucking ticket if you're gonna play that route as well. But generally speaking, he was like, "Son, you don't know how to read a car light bulb, do you?" I'm like, "Sorry, Dad, I don't know much about cars." He's like, "Son of a bitch." Well, not like that, but he 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 would just say fuck. I'm like, "I'm sorry. I mean, it's not like I destroyed your light bulb or anything like that, but." Eventually, uh, you know, he would get replaced, and he's like, "Man, that was stressful." I'm like, "Okay, are you hungry?" Because I was never the richest man in the world, but I had plenty of cash to like hit up like a Denny's or some fast food or whatever. And I also worked at a Chili's too, so I always gave him food every time he picked me up. Uh, it had to be leftovers, but the leftovers at that point when I worked at that Chili's were relatively fresh. Um, they include like the tri-tip steak that you would actually get with your fajitas. Uh, I would usually have like 4 of those left over, and on a Friday, Saturday night, I mean, when it was like a slow night, I'd be like, "Nah, I'm not gonna make any more." But on a Friday, Saturday night, I would just be like throwing fajita steaks on the grill like left and right, going through like fucking 300 a night, and there's like 3 left, and I'm like, "I'm taking that home." You guys cool with that? And they're like, "Yeah, you're willing to cook, to work the grill. You're doing the hardest job in Chili's that there is." I'm like, sick. Are there any avocado egg rolls over there? Or not avocado, Southwestern. Avocado egg rolls is peaches, but Southwestern egg rolls over there. There's a couple, but they're kind of like live. I don't want that. So on and so forth. And I would call my dad because my dad lived in the same town as I did at the time. I'd be like, "Hey, Dad, tell you what, are you hungry?" He's like, I remember this because he said it with like a bass. He was like, "Fuck yeah, I am." You know. So like, tell you what. So I got 2 steaks for you and 2 steaks for me. If you pick me up and drive me 2 miles, I will give you both of these steaks. I'll give you 2 steaks, but I'm gonna keep 2. He was like, I have to do it, because 2 miles essentially is like $1. So he essentially for him he did a favor for his son and paid $1.50, maybe $2 for 2 fried tip steaks. So I mean, or 2 fajita steaks. I'm sorry. And then he would eat it, and he was like, "You cooked this?" He would look at me. He's like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah. I told you, I'm a cook. I can even make chilies taste great." So, not to say, let me retract it a little bit because what Chili's is doing right now. I've watched a few videos about chilies with a triple dipper. The way that they're starting to like sauce their mozzarella sticks, no. Here's why. The honey chipotle sauce that they have is always heated, so you can maybe get away with that. But anything else, don't. Instead, what you should do is order it plain and have the sauce on the side. The honey chipotle, you could probably get away with it because it's hot. It's not going to fuck with the internal texture because external texture is bread, and then bread has a lot of these holes. Um, in other words, the sauce is going to be able to breathe through the bread, and it's going to go into the cheese. It's going to make it a lot more dense, and you're not going to get that cheese pull, right? So the marinara sauce is fine, but if you're going to get it covered in anything, maybe honey chipotle, but anything else, no. I would not fuck with that because you're going to ruin the cheese pull that these YouTube shorts that I see, which are disgusting to watch, by the way. They're trying to do. How come there's no cheese pull? I covered it with room temperature sauce, and it was a mozzarella stick that was cooked to order. How come there's no cheese pull? Because you fucking with temperature of cheese, you fucking moron. Like, of course that's gonna happen. Well, maybe they should figure a way out around that. No, maybe you should be smart enough to order the sauce on the side, which is probably free, and say, "Oh, I want this cheese stick with this sauce, but I want the sauce on the side." Wow, you could do that for free? Yeah, you could do that for free since I don't know, for fucking ever. Like I don't get these fucking eating commercials or these eating shorts. I saw this one guy too, because I used to work at Five Guys Burgers and Fries. I saw this one. Well, I'm not even gonna say guy. I'm gonna say kid. Orders a five patty burger, which sounds fucking it sounds amazing because it is. But when he eats into it, he does do like the extra ketchup packet, or he gets a ketchup on the side of one of the plastic uh shit the plastic I can say container all I want, but that's not the right terminology. Um oh, I was close there. Plastic ramekin. There we go. And he would pour like a decent amount of ketchup on that. I'm like, okay, so he likes ketchup, but when he's eating it, he's like, oh, this is a mukbang, and he can hear it. And I swear to God, when people do shit like this as like a quote unquote mukbang, they want you to get annoyed at it because it sounded like he was trying to drink his burger while taking a bite out of it. I was just like, oh, oh, like no one eats like that. You're doing this shit on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even gonna look it up. I can't. I can tag it on my YouTube, or not on YouTube. I can tag it on my Instagram and say, "Ew, this is disgusting. Why would you eat like this?" You don't need to drink your fucking burger. And that was my comment. Stop trying to drink your burger. Lol. And it got legs on it. Like, of course it did, because that's what it sounded like. You don't have to slurp your goddamn food. Don't do that. I've eaten spicy noodles on this goddamn channel. Had the audacity to lift this up like that because I know I was going to make some minor slurping sounds. I was like, no, no, no. I don't want people to hear that. No one needs to hear that. They just want to hear how it tastes. That's how I review food because unlike these motherfuckers, I know how to cook. There's been another time too, and I saw people do like a few Five Guys burgers too. It's like, oh well, seasoning is kind of off on these Five Guys burgers. Guess what? Five Guys doesn't use seasoning on their burgers. Wow, you can't taste that, but you got popular anyways. Like, it's these bunch of fucking stupid ass kids going out to eat, thinking they know shit. It's dumb. It's simply, and it's more dumb because I kind of gather how much money they're making because now they're traveling across the world thinking they know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't. If you think Five Guys burgers have seasoning on it, dead wrong. They don't. The flavor is within the bun, and some people don't like the bun anymore. That's fine. That's totally fine. If you ask me, the best thing about Five Guys is the toppings. You know, that's literally it. So, you get the sauteed onion, sauteed mushrooms, hit it with a little bit A1 sauce, get yourself a double. Make sure you're paying attention to the bacon because if you can tell that the bacon's crisp, you hold it like this. If the bacon, okay, hold on. Let me retract this. If you're gonna go to get a Five Guys burger fries, the thing that you have to ask, the main thing that you have to ask, if you love bacon, ask the cashier to ask one of the cooks to hold the bacon like this at the edge. This is what we were trained to do. This is what I was trained to do as a supervisor at a Five Guys, by the way. If you hold the bacon like this at the edge and it stays like this straight, properly cooked. If it limps, it needs to be cooked more because that bacon always has to be well done. If you're gonna get a bacon cheeseburger at a Five Guys, if you don't think the bacon is going to be good enough, but you want it, ask the cashier. And trust me, I've done this plenty of times when I was working the grill and stuff like that, and when I was working as a cook. It never fucking bothered me. Like, hey, could you lift one of the pieces of bacon and then do it like this, lift it like this to see if I can see it straight? Yeah, sure. Straight. If you're really smart, you ask them to put about maybe 3 feet from their flat table, from their hand, tell them to drop it. If they drop it, if it breaks in at least 3 pieces, you got the right crew. You got the right cook. That's it. Literally it. If it breaks into 3 pieces, if they drop it from 3 fucking this, or well, I wouldn't even say 3 feet. I'll say like 2 feet. If it breaks into 3 pieces, done. That's exactly how it should be. And people question me, oh, you ever worked at a Five Guys? Oh, yeah, I did it for about 2, maybe 3 years. So, yeah, eat my ass. Well, that's kind of a nerdy thing to say because saying stuff like that when you play a video game these days, it's like, you don't want to say that. But, I have a lot of doubters out there who think I've never worked at a place like this. And I see people like, oh, I work at McDonald's, so I know how to use a pump gun. POV, when you work at McDonald's, have my money. Or, give me your views so I can make more money. It's a pump gun. Because clearly they didn't do this about 50 years ago. Yeah, it's still a pump gun. How boring is that shit? You know what I mean? I haven't worked at a McDonald's. I just know people who work fast food. And they tell me the same shit. Yeah, it's boring shit. Their main thing is like customers. So. But no, I loved my time at Five Guys. It's because I rarely made a mistake. As soon as I got really good at it, no one could touch me. No customers, no employees I hired, nothing. And I've tried to get myself back into the foot of the door again. and now we get people who are very intimidated by my stature, not my stature, but my resume. Like, oh, is this guy any good? They're like, yeah. Some places don't want to hire people that are like good at their job anymore. And I would say, like, I would argue, I'm like, okay, I've worked for this company before, and it's been a while. If you want me to rerun this stuff again, you come and tell me. You know, especially when it comes to like hiring online when they have like a range between this and this. I would say if I worked here before, I'll meet you at medium. Just to be fair. Or if you want to hire me as just like a regular, I'll meet you at low. And I'll prove myself time and time again. I have no fucking problem doing that. You know? So it's just such a weird mentality. It's like people are right now in California, I feel like some people are just kind of like quoting themselves and trying to like, oh, be like, oh, hey, you know, we can't hire anybody. But yeah, but you're on a hiring job site, so I don't understand where you're coming from. If you're gonna post yourself on a hiring website, why would you keep it up? Worked here. Former boss liked me. He gave me and you a positive review. So why? What's going on? That's when I start to question. Um, especially with the 5 guys that I tried to rehire to myself back about a month and a half ago. I was like, yeah, I don't mind either being just working the grill again or something like that. Can you tell me why you guys are hiring me? Oh, we're just not hiring right now. Like, but you guys advertise that you're hiring right now, huh? What do you mean? It's strange. It's very, very strange. Um, I don't think anything has to do anything with corporate either. I think there's something going a little bit weird going on. But it's the same thing with me. But like, if I had a choice, if I said, "Hey, I want a job like immediately right now," uh, I can work in Pleasant Hill. I shouldn't have said that, but you guys know, like, I live close enough to San Francisco. But and people get amazed because like they see like someone who talks like this, who acts like this. I've been alive for about 2 to 3 hours. Oh yeah, ain't a goddamn pushover, hon. Ain't goddamn pushover. What's that one guy who said that about me? If you talk to me like that in person, it will. You what? Like. Swear to God, if I get threatened by a 40-year-old version again, I'm gonna be pissed. Not vocally, but internally, I would have to fucking calm my fucking nerves. The other thing about Five Guys too, secret menu is fucking boss. So if you go to a Five Guys and or even if you like look up a video or something like that, the grilled cheeseburger, my recommendation was 2 patties, bacon, no more cheese because you're already making your grilled cheese out of it. Don't overdo it. Mushrooms and A1. That's it. No need for the onions because otherwise it's just gonna be a little bit messy. The mushrooms can technically always get a little bit messy. I forgot the measurement of the serving of mushrooms that they give, but it's a decent amount. But the grilled mushrooms were always like boss mode as compared to like the grilled onions. The grilled onions are cool too. I just prefer them on the hot dog, but don't go over the or overload with grilled cheese or patty melt. There we go. That's the word. You fucking fat fucks. Sorry. I'm kidding. I'm a fat fuck too. So, um, but yeah, that's the way to go. Grilled mushroom, cheese, bacon, light on the A1 sauce. You're pretty much fucking golden. That's it. That's probably what confuses me now that I think about it. Like, why the fuck we get sides of ketchup when there's A1 sauce there? A1 sauce is the fucking by far the better condiment, and you can get that shit for free. For free, like I don't understand. A1 sauce is far superior than ketchup, no matter what ketchup you get, unless if it's like one of those. Like there's this one time I had sriracha ketchup. I can understand that one, but if it's like regular store brand ketchup, like Five Guys uses Heinz ketchup, sorry to disappoint. Get the A1 sauce because A1 sauce would immediately levitate your shit within the meats when it's put into the foil. A1 sauce goes inside the patty because what happens is that when they put A1 sauce, they put it on top of the meat. You dummies. Did you actually watch when you ordered, or do you want to fucking just get viral and not know what the fuck you're talking about? And yeah, it sinks in because at times the aluminum foil will definitely. Not why did I even said times? If you don't think that you're confident enough that they cook the burger through all the way, which if you're afraid of like a medium well burger, which Five Guys has always made well done, unless if they fuck up. It's gonna finish cooking within the aluminum foil if you leave it alone for a second. If you get A1 sauce or hot sauce, the hot sauce they use is Frank's, by the way. They always put it on top of the meat. Technically on top of the cheese, if you get a single, but if you get a double, they put two of the cheeses between the patties. And then when you get your A1 sauce or hot sauce, or maybe a little bit of mixture of both, what happens is as soon as it's wrapped up in the aluminum foil, it sinks down because they're both prioritizing in vinegar. So it sinks down, it continues to help cooking with it just a little bit to the point where you'll have that little bit of hot sauce and a little bit of A1 sauce left, but it actually goes into your burger. That's the secret. It's the aluminum foil. So again, I don't get why people are so obsessed with Five Guys. Like, why is it so expensive? I don't say anything, but they get into like a plain ass burger. No, man, no, dog. You are legit trolling me if you're gonna like take 2 bites and then put the third bite and put it with like Heinz ketchup. You are not eating Five Guys right. I don't get it. Don't you think like if you're gonna do any research, you don't think you can find the tutorial on how to cook a Five Guys burger on the fucking YouTube? You can. So I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. How about if you're gonna try to create an audience, how about you be a little bit more truthful about what you're trying to fucking convey and stuff like that? What do you think I do with alcohol? I don't understand. It pisses me off because I've helped a lot of careers out when I was a supervisor at Five Guys and talked to people, sat down with younger kids, and they've all flourished. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Learn about what you eat. Do some research. Find something. Hell, I can create a video in like fucking, I don't know, I can do it tomorrow and create something in like 15 minutes and talk about it. If you don't know how aluminum foil reacts to fucking beef that's 80/20, which most of you guys don't know, Five Guys uses 80/20 beef. Oh no. Like fucking, and there's a reason for that too. Like, these viral eaters have no fucking clue what they're getting themselves into. They just do it because they're like, oh, well, I got these juicy lips, so this is mukbang. Fucking, who cares? Who the fuck cares? You have to understand what you're eating. This is my career, dog. Stupid ass. I'm gonna bend you over my goddamn fucking knee and smack you in the fucking head. Spin over like this. I'm like, oh, well, you just kidding. Bop! No goddamn clue. Here, I'll even show you guys an example. Hold on. So I got this shit saved. You want to hear how gross this shit sounds? Kind of sounds like as gross as someone who opens Pokemon cards and gets mad when someone fires back at them. Let me see here. I'm still holding that. I don't give a fuck. You sad, sorry little shit. This is it. Holy shit, quit trying to drink your burger. And Merlin's going to watch it with me because he just went backstage. So, here we go.
What's up, man?
So, I went on a tirade about places I used to work at. You're in Canada, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think. I'm a little bit tipsy right now, and I went a little bit tired about like places I used to work and supervise about as far as food goes. I don't know if you guys have a Five Guys in Canada though.
Yeah, we do.
So this motherfucker. How many views does he have now? This pisses me off. He is youngest. He has 432 likes. Like, why? All right, hold on. Present. Stop. Present. Share. This. Share the audio. This is what I'm talking about. I'm not even fucking kidding when I say this shit too. This guy. So he gets a 5-pound or a 5 patty burger, and you can tell that he has like toppings. He has a burger, and you can tell he's probably like fucking 18, maybe 19. If you don't like, well, you know what? You're gonna listen to it. Dog. That last part, I'm not mad about. But the rest of it, I fucking hate. I hate it. Everything about it. Because, like, You can. I think like I can tell that he's kind of doing it on purpose, just to piss somebody off. But he's like, "Oh, this is mukbang." No one fucking inhales a burger like that. I don't think. Not in his size. I've seen like fat people do it, and I know because I'm fat. But I don't actually do that myself. But like I'm like 205, 210. I've seen obese people do that, and I expect obese people to do that. He's skinny and eating like that. I'm just like, oh no, dude. Like I don't comprehend because it looks like he's inhaling and he's continuing inhaling while trying to chew. When all it really is just you relax your body, take a bite, and then chew. You know, I I don't know if it's like just like a me thing or if I'm misinterpreting about like if there's anything wrong with his body to where he has to eat like that, but it sounds fucking gross. And I don't know why anyone would make it like a mukbang out of that where I can hear like him slurping my goddamn right nose. My right ear. That's not my nose. That's my ear. Sorry. um, but I don't comprehend like why make a mukbang when you know you sound like that. It sounds like he's talking. He's just trolling. Plus, you don't need ketchup like that either. But not necessarily because it's basic ketchup. Um, like I was saying earlier, if you're gonna do something like that, if you really like sauce, just do a little bit of A1 sauce. You don't have to be obsessed with ketchup like that. Although, well, actually, well, he's not from Canada. He doesn't have an excuse. You guys do have ketchup chips, so a little bit different though. Because when it's chips, you're obviously gonna make noise because it's crunchy and stuff like that. So it's like, oh, my buddy's eating chips, so of course he's gonna be chewing and crunching. Like, yeah, all right. But what's your intake? I need to know. Be a dick if you need to be. So even to me, I don't give a shit tonight. So
Yeah, that was pretty gross.
even when I take drinks about with my beer and just like I try to like be proper, you know, and with them, it's just like when I first saw that video, it was at like maybe like 98 likes, and now it's up to 500. And I saw that video like 3 days ago. I'm just like, now people are they're making money off of being fucking dumb. Because initially, when people were getting dumb and stupid, they were like those prankster TikTok people, you know. Now it's just that shit, you know. It's just like, oh, what if I ate this obnoxiously and pissed some fucking boomer off? Which is not fair because I'm a millennial, but they're just like, oh well, this is the way to go. But also, to be fair, too, like with that one, I've probably seen like 5 pretty good uh, food reviews that got me interested. Like, I'm interested in going to Texas and trying barbecue. Um, and then Canada. Actually, I'm not really sure what's getting popular in Canada right now. That's not to take a shit on you, trust me, but I haven't heard much from Canada. I've maybe like one eating challenge, maybe 2, but um, because when I went back when I went back to Canada last, I loved from like I think I went to like 6 different restaurants in the span of 2 weeks. And then 4 of them, I had like a lunch or a brunch, which all 4 of those times I had poutine, and poutine was awesome. That's what I love, especially if poutine is like relatively heavy in pepper, which they don't initially make it like that, but they, from what I remember, they have pepper on the side in case you wanted more peppery, which is like that's a cool thing. So I know how to put more pepper on it. Uh, and then Tim Hortons, I had once. Yeah, it's good. Um, I'd rather have that Tim Hortons experience a lot more than I would rather have Starbucks. I think they're probably relatively like the same quality, but I miss Tim Hortons a lot more because I just don't have access to it. So, uh, also that's just based on their coffee. I'm not basing it off of like their pastries and stuff like that. I don't really know. I don't know how pastries work in uh, Canada. Could you tell me about that?
But what?
Pastries in Canada, like
Tim
what's
Hortons?
Hortons in particular? Probably yes, but you can also go off the rail a little bit if you want to.
I like the Boston cream donuts.
So what's Boston cream exactly?
It's like a chocolate donut with cream inside.
Oh, you mean like the with no hole, but just like a circle, or is it like
Yeah.
a oh yep, there you go, yeah. I can't eat that shit all the time though. That's a lot of fucking sugar. But I would be down for that. Like I want to visit the if I had it my way, I want to. Ottawa was cool. I kind of want to visit like another part of Canada. Uh, but I don't really know where. I kind of want to go like outskirts of town where like people may. I've been watching a lot of people who are living off grid in Canada. I'm interested in that because I'm finding like if people are allowed to do that and build like lines and stuff like that and just like buy like a square of land and or whatever, like a placement of land, like okay, so this is my land, I want to do this, and just be away from people and have enough money to do this, which normally isn't not a lot, but they do that shit in Canada, which is probably a lot harder than they do in the United States because in the United States we still have a lot of land that do that back and forth between I don't think Oregon does it anymore. No, Oregon doesn't do it. Like the middle Central America. They don't do it between the West and the uh, Southwest. So New York area, they don't do it. They don't do it over here, but like in the middle, they do. So I was thinking about that, man, and I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I don't think I would do it myself, but it looks really fucking fun to try. Because what they do is it's like they have like their own outhouse. They have their own like chicken coops, especially like fucking prices of chicken eggs are going up in crazy amount of prices in America. But they have, oh, we got all these chickens, so we're living cool. We get to have eggs and breakfast every day, and then we go out to work, and I'm like, damn, shit, you know. Can't necessarily do that in Canada because you can't have chickens in Canada like that, but um, I don't know, man. I'm really getting tired of now. I'm gonna get political a little bit here. And not because of like, oh, I'm on one side or the other. I always feel like when I have to go to an election, I always feel like I have to pick the better of the two fucking bitches. You know, um, Yeah, I'm just like sick of it, and I want nothing to do with it. I just want to detach myself away, do minimal stuff, and then just as far as like money in the government goes, like yeah, I can work online if I just like get away and buy a piece of land and just tell everybody to fuck off, and then just like work at home, you know, and then I'll work on a farm, like whatever keeps me busy, to where like if I had like one day off, to where I can like drink and be a fucking jackass, you know, I'd be cool with that. Totally. I wouldn't mind that at all. Like working on the farm or working on the house, or if I got a boat, work on the boat, something like that. I hate the ideology of being reliant on the government to try and tell me what to do. I hate that because I feel like I'm self-sufficient enough to the point where, especially with America, when half the time, let's be honest, politicians in the media, they don't know how you be fucking proficient themselves because they're kind of stupid. But I think I'm just done. Like done thinking about, you know, all the drugs that are going out around in California and stuff like that. I'm done with that, definitely. I'm done with like the crybaby shit. I'm tired of it. You know, oh, fentanyl's the thing, or this is the thing, that's the thing. Like, well, have you tried? I don't know. What if you tried to do something about it? Well, that's why we create polls so you can just tell us what to do about it. I'm like, create polls for who? We don't know what's going on half the time. Like, maybe I do, but I don't know everything. Of course, you guys do because you guys can see all this shit. Like, you guys have an overview of San Francisco, for example, which has like a really bad homeless rate. You guys have the overview of it. You know what I mean? Why do you need my opinion? You can see that. Just if I had to vote, I would say take fucking care of it. If I had to work, say go ahead, take some of my tax money, take care of it. If you have to do that, fucking do it. Because I can't stand to see homeless people struggling with drugs or bullshit. Because that hurts who I am. I'm a humanitarian at heart. But if you're not going to be willing to do that, there's going to come a point in my life to where I just want to deal with it anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd rather find peace in nature and be on the outskirts of everybody else, and then occasionally go to the city and then buy some stuff, and then go back to where the fuck I came from. Other than to what should we do about the homeless situation? I don't know. You've been asking that for about like fucking 10, 15 years. What should you do, California? I don't fucking know. Figure it out. It sounds like a fucking like a long term relationship that constantly says, "What should I do, babe? What should I do?" And you give him the answer constantly. What should I do? Give him a chance to have housing again. Something. Create this. That's something that has to do with our tax money. Tax everybody. I don't give a fuck if they're rich, poor, or whatever, or a middle in between. People can vote against it, for it, whatever the fuck. But do something about it and say, oh, Ken, what should we do? Dude, if I was making like a certain amount of money, I would gladly give away at least 2% per month by myself to help them out, which is about $30 a month. Probably about 2% or something like that. I don't really know the fucking numbers, but I'd rather pay that per month just to help them out and have them figure out a way. But they just haven't done it. And now we have fucking fentanyl going in our shit. So like I don't know what the fuck is happening anymore. So I I don't know. You know, there's something wrong going on, and there's nothing being done about it, in my opinion. So, and that's why I choose when, like, whenever people ask me if I'm Democrat or Republican. No, I'm fucking independent. Just fuck both of y'all. If you don't see the pain in people's eyes when you're fucking running down the street, oh, I'm going to San Francisco, so I can fucking, oh, I'm gonna give out a speech. The homeless population in San Francisco is like up here, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna give a speech. Yeah, fuck off. Fuck off. Create a system that helps people, and then talk to me about something. Because if they're gonna be like, oh well, they're just gonna die off anyway. That's a horrible thing to think about.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in second chances. So that's just where I rely on. Some people can fall into like hardships. There's even some people who are homeless out here that had a job that just plunged over and who are not even doing anything like that. They're not taking drugs, so they're not doing anything like that. They're just kind of like living out of the car. Well, some people who live out of the car, they're doing it because of a lifestyle, and they make these like extravagant, to put it in a more positive way. They're making these extravagant like house fans and stuff like that that have like um uh solar panels on top of their cars and stuff. There are a lot of people are doing that. And they're just traveling across the room like, yeah, this is cool. Now, there's some people living out of cars that are like fucking from like 2003, and at least have the roof over their heads. They don't really necessarily know where to park. They don't know how to do this. They don't know how to do that. And it's a real weird way to live, because what happens is that if even if you found like a remote area to where like, oh, yeah, you can pitch a tent, you can have some privacy for a while and stuff like that. It's weird to think about that too, because um it ain't like that out there, because there's a lot of disgusting people who just like, well, there's no lock on your door because it's a tent. All of a sudden they bust in while you're sleeping, and then lo and behold, you wake up tired and people are like taking your shit. So that, and I'm not saying this as like a personal thing, but I'm saying because I've watched stuff like this, and I understand. Because like, why, as a thief, if you're a thief, why wouldn't you do that? Because like, if you have nothing else to lose, of course. Um, if you're starving, you're gonna steal from somebody else's house. Anyway, I'm gonna go pee. As soon as I go pee, I'm gonna stop talking about that, and you can bring up a topic, or we can talk about music. But
All right, sounds good, man.
yeah, sorry, man. Like I just had to go on a little bit of a tangent. I know you're up here, so uh, yeah. Uh, let's go out. Let's after I pee, let's go and have some fun. So think about a band that you want to listen to, or a song you want to listen to in particular. I'll play it after I pee.
Okay, sounds good.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
All right.
What's up?
I had to do a check on my mom. Make sure she's good because she's getting old. So, but she's good now. She kind of weird because my mom likes to stay up a lot now. She's like, oh, I like to stay up at night and sleep during the day. It's kind of weird, but you know what? She's being a sweetheart right now, so it's like, oh, yeah, that's cool. All right, did you pick a song?
How about Through the Fire and the Flames?
Oh, fucking. All right.
On Expert.
On Expert. Okay, now I know you're being smart with me. All right, sure. We'll go ahead and actually look it up, and then I'll share the Guitar Hero 3 Through the Fire and Flames. Okay, let's see. Fucking Merlin, I swear to God. You're so close to being my greatest friend, but you're pissing me off. Through the fire and the flames. So, yeah, Dire 3. At least the song's not hard for me to like type in. We're not even gonna watch anybody play it. We're just gonna watch the Okay, here we go. Stop that. Present. Through the fire and the goddamn bukkake. I think I did show you this before too, when I was drunk one night. But yeah, you know what? It's fair. Can't even fucking complain.
In the time before the light, in flames of dance, eternal rain, we ride towards the fire. When the darkness is falling down, when the times are tough, alright.
This is like 100% though. I mean, like, yeah. I have no idea what the quest was, but at least it carried on. Deep inside of our heart of all of our sus. Feel the pain of a lifetime, I've seen 1,000 days. This song is brought to you by a girl that commented a lot earlier, as far as like 2 hours ago, called Mom. Thanks, Mom. This song's for If I see a grandma 100 FC this song on Guitar Hero 3, I will eat your prune. I might cry. I'll still eat it. The wings of a dream so far beyond real. Yeah, damn it. I hate this song because I like it. I am bananas.
Cheers.
Hell yeah. I don't know what that man's doing with like the because it sounds like he's like pulling down the soundbar where he doesn't have to. No, it's not. Oh man, no, like it's resonating back to me. I think the last time you and I, or last time you went on my stream, I told you I was gonna buy this game and try to do this shit again. Not like 100%, but I can't stunt. I'm really intimidated by. I can see myself like I gotta fucking do it again. It looks so fucking exhausting though.
Yeah.
Like if I knew how to use my pull on pull offs for like fucking left fingers right now, like I would have been married. Sexual joke. That probably could never do it. Quack. You rock. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean. 100% know it's it. I think this was on the original too. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking weenie. Probably gooned to the song too. Which, I mean, do you know what the term of gooning is?
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably gooned. Before gooning was cool. Then you just gooned. There is a something that I heard from Game Grumps. They were reading off like the Urban Dictionary of gooning, and because Reddit likes to be smart with their terminology and stuff like that, so obviously they're literate, but they know where to like kind of like cheat the way to be smart without being literate at the same time. There's this one line that's you know what, I think it's better if we just listen to the song. Game Grumps gooning remix. Can't be cool like me. Give a fuck.
Gooning, according to Urban Dictionary, may be most simply defined as that state usually achieved after a prolonged edging session when a man becomes completely hypnotized.
Have I ever showed you this before?
No.
All right, cool.
By the feeling radiating his penis. Not even radiating from.
So that line,
Holy fuck!
Since
that line is where I get off. Like where I get off. What the fuck am I talking about?
Feeling radiating his
because
becomes completely hypnotized by the feeling radiating his penis. Not even radiating from.
So that cracks me up because I had to do a lot of English work in high school and a little bit in some college and stuff like that. When a man becomes completely hypnotized by the feeling of his penis since radiating, not even radiating from. So, in other words, what the Urban Dictionary is trying to say is that gooning means his penis is radiating. It's just like, the fuck you talking about? Like, all right, let's continue with that one.
Holy fuck!
Since a gooning state can only be achieved after edging, the man's dick will have become mightily aroused at this point, and every caress the male genitals are subjected to will trigger potent elation.
Suck my goon scepter.
Suck my goon scepter. So. Yeah, you know what? I'm playing the rest of it. I'm pretty sure you got the fucking premises. Let's
I'm
go.
going to read the Urban Dictionary definition of gooning to this music.
To be even more accurate, when the gooning state is achieved, the man's body becomes, for all intents and purposes, an appendage to his erection. The man becomes free of all social codes of conduct. He may become very vocal, while his body and face might take on the undignified expressions and poses.
You just become goon mad.
All in response to the intensely exquisite caresses his penis is exposed to.
That state usually achieved after a prolonged edging session.
Hence the term goon, since at this point the man effectively looks like a silly, foolish person.
As a result, a quote-unquote gooned out man will become very expressive and demonstrative.
Gooning is not a narcissistic manifestation. Narcissism is extreme selfishness with a grand wild view of one's own talents. Rather, gooning is closer to a meditation experience where the mind and body align.
It is such a fucking. I don't know. Like, okay, that's cool too. But it's weird because it becomes really as funny, and then like they've been a comedy duo for like 13 years. Oops. They've been a comedy duo for about like 13 years online, and it's really weird these days to where their mentality has gone, and I don't know where the joke is, but I think there's just kind of like two dorks gaming at this point because I don't know. It's weird because yeah. That's not really a great way as an introduction to something I like. Like say if I when that and I went on a good date with a hot girl, and it has nothing pertaining to you, by the way. I'm a straight man. But say like if a girl like came to me and like, oh yeah, you're really cool, really good looking. What's your favorite funniest thing? Like on a first date, and I would probably show something like that. They probably just look at me weird, just like turn their head. I'm like, what the fuck, you know? And they're like, yeah, Goonies cool. How old are you? 35. Oh yeah, well, shouldn't be in business by now. Clearly, I am in the business of gooning. I, I fucking, I don't know, man. It's weird. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
My has been kind of wonky because like it snapped, but I have to buy a new one pretty soon here. But what I'm thinking about when I do that, I gotta buy like everything like new and all in one package, like my keyboard, my motherboard, stuff like that. I haven't done it in like fucking 5 years plus, but I do have friends who can recommend me to do something. So, like, literally, my keyboard would cost me like $11. I used to have one that cost me like 80, but uh, I decided to downsize because I'm a huge League of Legends player, and I was like, you don't have to have a fancy ass keyboard to play League.
You still play League?
Mhm. I've been playing League since 2012.
What about Smite?
Never really cared for it. It's not because I don't think it sucks. I just don't like the third person aspect. I like watching what I'm doing. And I like the fact that I can look at the map all the time. So it's different between Smite because when you're playing Smite, you always have to pay attention to what's in front of you because it's third person, right? When it comes to the League, for me, I always have to pay attention to the map, and it's a lot easier for me to pay attention to like new items being built. One second here. This is fucking up a little bit.
Yeah, I'll be back 1 sec.
So with Smite, I think what with me with League, like I've also attached myself to a lot of characters on there. Like, of course, I have a lot of champions that I come accustomed to that I play religiously. But with Smite, it's just I have a weird gaming tendency to like if I'm playing first person or third person, like kind of like that. Um, I will not pay attention to the map whatsoever. I just pay attention to like the landscape kind of thing, if that makes sense. So I'm not good at the game. It's just me, and trust me, I've tried, but it's not it's not within me to do it. It's the same thing with like World of Warcraft when Gutrot tried to have me play that. I just can't do third person shooters. It's not within my brain capacity. I play video games. When I go to work, of course, like I'm 100% focused, but playing third person like that, it's like I can do 2D fighting games or anything like that, but when it comes to like third person, first person shooters,
Like Street Fighter.
I love Street Fighter. Yeah. But third person shooters, like I don't hate the game, I just can't do it within my mentality. And I've tried. I didn't try to like it, but I've tried it because other people tried to tell me to like it, but it's just not within my mental. Within my mental, I prefer strategy, MMORPG, stuff like that. So I want to whoop somebody's ass, and when I play League of Legends, when I say I want to whoop somebody's ass, I want to whoop 5 people's ass at once and say, "Hey, I'm the king, not you." You know what I mean? It's a great feeling. You don't really get that with CS:GO or anything like that because it's a lot more team based, and you have to be in like in a call. I don't like talking to people when I'm playing a video game, um, unless if it's people I know. But if it's randos, I can't do it because I don't know them. I don't care to know them. I'm getting old, and I'm not gonna fucking sit there and work with children if they're gonna act like children. Like if they're gonna cry about something that's random, I can't fucking do it. You know what I mean? Like my mental is like I'm already way past that. I don't care about crybaby people. I don't care about like earlier. I had to deal with another. I didn't even fucking call him a YouTuber, but um, he decided to like cuss me out for multiple weeks. But he liked me, but he was like, "Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that." And then I snapped back at him, and I've been on YouTube for about I don't know, like fucking 8 years, as opposed to this 3 months. And I've talked to him about it. I'm like, "Hey, man, like if if we both put on each other, it's all a cool game. I'm not gonna do that to you because I think I like you. I think you're cool." But he turned it on me and was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna joke about you. You're a stupid little faggot, so on and so forth." But I turned it on him, and I didn't even say anything personal because I don't know anything about him personally. I really don't. I've known him for about 2 or 3 months. I didn't ask any questions. I didn't do anything like that. And what he did, he turned it around. He actually took a picture of my face. Get this. He took a picture of my face, made it his own personal profile on YouTube with his 22 subscribers. After I let him have it at me for a couple of weeks, and I shot back at him, you know, in the same banter. Um, he didn't like that. And I was just like, okay, well, I mean, if you can't take the heat, don't bring the heat. It's kind of lame. Um, and even when we did that, and I saw that, and he went live, I said, you know what? I'm gonna make light hard joke about, it," and I didn't even know, but I saw that he made his profile picture on YouTube my face, as if it was like it was kind of weird, like he was trying to draw attention to me. And by the way, this guy is like turning 40 and single, so like, cool, right? So what's this about? So I made a lighthearted joke about him, like, well, it seemed like because I even insulted myself when I made a comment. I was like, it seemed like your last avatar was a lot more attractive than me, but you know what? It's cool. And then he said something along the lines of, if you ever talk to me like that again, just as you know, if it was in public, which is the fucking lamest thing to ever say on the internet, if it was in public, I would have hit you.
Yeah.
So fucking lame. Like, no. If you're an adult and if you have a problem with anything that I said, you would have took me aside and be honest with me. Say, hey, I have an issue with you saying this thing. I didn't even say anything personal. Because I don't know enough about him personally to even say anything about that. First off. Second off, I wouldn't even bring that up online. But I didn't know anything. And he was like, oh, you're offending me. Like, well, you should have, you had my email. You could have done that. You could have said something. But, like, I mean, he decided to go fucking 180. So what I did was like, you know what? I can't condone this shit. Because he was getting involved himself into a situation to where he knew exactly what that community was, is that people can talk shit. And I let him talk shit to me about 2 to 3 weeks. And as soon as I said anything, he just got immediately, defensive. And he was like, you know what? You're a stupid little faggot. I'm going to take away your wrench. I'm like, I don't, what? Wrench? I wrench people who I know. That's it. Like, um, out of like the 203 subscribers that I have, about 150 of them are wrenched. I think. Maybe more, maybe a little bit less. And by a little bit less, I probably mean like by maybe 10. You know, I keep a strong fist when it comes to this shit. If you're gonna be nice to me, I'll be nice to you. If you're gonna be about that, let the boys be boys thing, talk shit about each other, I'm totally cool with that. But if you're gonna go to the point where you're legit like constantly talking shit, and I say a couple things back, and you'll be like, "Oh, that hurts my feelings," dude, I'm single for a fucking reason. I don't want to deal with bitches right now. You know.
Yeah.
So it's just so strange. I don't know. I don't know if the YouTube algorithm is getting a little bit more soft. I don't know if they're getting a little bit better. I don't know like what kind of are you just primarily like at a place that you go to, or do you just like to bounce around on like platforms, or like what do you do on YouTube?
I like to join on panels and stuff usually.
And just chill, right?
Yeah.
That's what it should be. Just like chill with the vibe. And when I go on a lot of panels, like where did I meet you from? Where's this?
On With Its channel.
With It. That's right. And With It's a hella show. So so I know With It, I know Claire Bear, I know Juice Gay, so on and so forth. Whenever there's an issue, we talked about it. I never threatened personally physical stuff. Like, what the fuck is this guy gonna do? Oh, you said that in my face, I'd knock your ass out. He's living fucking 7 states away from me. Over, oh, you know what? When I said to him, I said, at least I'm not known on the internet for fucking fat chicks. He got pissed. When he has 22 subscribers, he got pissed at that. Because he bragged about it a lot. I'm like, I don't sleep with fat chicks. I sleep with chicks that I like, who are very far in between. But I'm not as lonely as him. If you're going live constantly, like 3 to 4 to 5 days a week, and you only have 20 subscribers, thinking that someone's gonna fucking pop up, dog, there's some issues going on, and I am not the one to blame. That's on him, personally. And especially when you're 38. If you're doing that when you're like in your early to mid 20s, I would think there's some reasoning behind that. But if you're up there with a more age, there might be some little bit of trauma, but fucking, you gotta find a way to get over your shit. Especially when you're trying to take it on people who had nothing to do with you know. Um, yeah. It, it it didn't piss me off, but sometimes it does because I've seen a lot of people act like that, and I've seen a lot of people who act a whole lot worse. Like I've seen people like trying to take other people's IP address, so on and so forth. Um, ruin relationships, ruin whatever. It's gross. It's really fucking gross. And he doesn't have the capacity to do that. I don't know if you agree with it, but he tried to use my face as his profile picture, and he was like, "I'm gonna take the ugly, stupidest person." He's not even stupid. I should not even say that. He's well informed. I'm gonna take the ugly, stupid person and I'm making my profile picture because I hate you. I hate you for what you said about 2 weeks ago, which is not even. It's. I was like, you have my fucking IG. You have my Instagram. You could have said something at that point. You could have learned how to fucking grow up. But I don't know, man. That's kind of why I want to get like a houseboat. Just be left alone.
Yeah.
Because like if I want to come on here, like it'd be great. If I want to go out to work in the public, it'd be great. But these goddamn people with their fucking insensitive or sensitive or anything in between, they're gonna be sensitive about a joke that I make about you. I expect you full frontal, if you're a good friend, to come at me privately and say, hey, you know what, this isn't cool. That's it. And I'll be like, you know what? Then I apologize. And I'll make sure, as a man, to not make that joke ever again. That's me. Um, if you're gonna go full chaotic and then you hear something you don't like, then I can't help people like that because they have no morals. They have no self-conscious. And despite whether they're drunk or not, uh, that ain't my shit. That ain't my fucking problem. If you get drunk and you think that, oh, this is the way to act, well, chances are, within your heart of hearts, it's probably you. That's probably you sober. So who the fuck do I am to say? So if you're gonna dish at me like constantly for about 30 minutes, he did it for about 30 minutes, by the way. And I said, you know what? Yeah. At least you don't fuck fat chicks. At least I'm not home alone. At least I can get a girl that's not a fucking 500 pounds obese. Um, yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you because you're being kind of fucking a dick. And then I said that to him about a week ago, and then now he's like, I hate Ken. I hate him. Dude, whatever. I don't fucking care. Like, of course I don't fucking care. Why should I? I have four walls around me. I have an apartment. What the fuck do I care? I have a savings. He's mean to me. No, you're mean to yourself, you dumbass. If you're gonna be mean to me in the first place, you're gonna try to bully me. Guess what? First rule of fucking elementary school: if you're an elementary bully, chances are some shit going on in your life. Duh. That's why they call it elementary. Fucking moron, man. Anyway, sorry I had to go off on that, but I'm at the end of my rope with when it comes to me and my alcohol. So I may have to cut it from here.
You got no more beers left?
I do, but I think I'm gonna give it playing League and just get off this platform because now I'm getting like fucking pissed off. I spread my alcohol away from around. If I get irritated at one thing, I just decide to leave it and just try to go to another if I'm still awake. But not you, man. I actually appreciate you being around here because I needed to vent to somebody. But yeah.
You want to join another stream with me?
Oh, do you have another stream in mind?
Yeah, Jay Esco is live.
Who's JS?
I think I saw you over there one day with Drewski.
We can do that. Yeah, sure. I just won't say much because I got all my shit off my chest, so I think that's fair.
Do you have the link?
JS. JS. I don't. He's not my. He's not live right now.
I'll send you the link.
All right, put it in the private chat. I know who Jay is though. I think. Oh, he said he was about to go live. That's why. Right?
No, he's live right now.
JS.
Jay Esco.
I see. 1, 2. Yeah, you're gonna have to link me. I'll put it private. Then I just put it in the private stream.